Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody who's actually been with us for years, and I'm never going to forget Gene from Yellow Shirt Dad coming into the Tuber Chat family. The reason why, first of all, he's always smiling, he's always laughing, easy to identify with his yellow shirt, although if you dig through other people's channels far enough, you will find Yellow Shirt Dad without a yellow shirt. And I don't mean without a shirt at all, I just mean with something of a different color. But Yellow Shirt Dad was somebody who came into the Tuber Chat family, and it's got to be 3 years by now. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that, because sometimes I lose track, but I think it's been that long. And he right away was building friendships with other people that I saw both in our chat and out in the YouTube streets, as we like to call it. Other people's live streams, other people's premieres, making arrangements to do some video gaming with other people. And Yellow Shirt Dad has mixed up a lot of variety on his channel over these at least couple of years, if not few years. And what he's known for here in the Tuber Chat family is bringing us the joke of the day. And he usually does that a couple of times a week. His posting has been a little bit sporadic over the last few months, but I noticed he's been posting a lot of lengthy videos lately, and he's always done a great job when he's taking us out, telling stories and showing us around different areas, including what I think is a vacation. And I'm just going to grab his latest video though, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. This is a playlist I use with a fun name. It's just to keep or get caught up with creators, and playlists can be a great tool for that. And then Yellow Shirt Dad has got a lot of shorts videos on the channel as well. Some of these have now gotten into 4,700, 52 and 5,300, and one at 8,500. My goodness. And then live streams on the channel as well. He's been doing more live streaming lately, actually, and I missed the Friday the 13th one, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch each other's content as often as possible. And so I've been lucky enough to catch Yellow Shirt Dad several times for these live streams. I hope everybody will connect with him. Gene is found on other people's channels in StreamYard panels as well, and is somebody who not only is smiling and laughing all the time, but brings us a bit of that joy and fun as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with him, get some of that support coming back to you. Also, I saw we had some activity in the chat. Street Poet 973EO, thank you for getting that membership going again. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We also had Crafty Witch 232 gift a membership earlier in the chat. The Stock Explorer did the same thing, and Keto Simple dropped a super chat with some kind words. I certainly do appreciate that. We're very lucky now, after 5 years of Tuber Chat, to have a community so solid and strong with people who truly have generosity at the forefront of our minds. And the idea is, if we could all just find each other, wouldn't it be a wonderful world? We could give all our channels a strong and solid foundation. That's what we're doing here, if that makes sense. So thank you everybody for coming in. We'll talk about Crafty Witch 232 in a moment.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And thank you, Yellow Shirt Dad, for a super chat as well. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're looking at Crafty Witch 232, and we're going to look at the Stock Explorer and Keto Simple in a moment. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. I haven't added a lot of names to the wheel just yet, because I can see it's going to be a little while, probably after the first break, before we start spinning. And I will add names to our wheel from our chat list, as we always do here, and I'll make sure that that gets done at least a couple of times during the course of the stream. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream, and I have a chat bot called Streamlabs in the background that helps keep track of that. And Rockin' Keto Amy, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we're going to put your channel up right after Keto Simple in a few minutes, but I haven't even done any introductions yet. So for anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. I've got a few names on the wheel. Scratch and PPA, for those of you who caught his premiere earlier today. I was lucky enough to have been there, but I was driving, so I had to listen only. But I just rewatched it before we started right now and realized that Double Summer Fun is coming up in a couple of weeks, and I hope everybody will go and watch Pete's premiere or his video today. If you didn't already see it, we'll talk about his channel later, but just so you can see the new feature that he's got coming up. Just Jason Keto and Canadian Family Life are up there with him, as well as beloved and dedicated moderators. Michael's Adventures is always in the house as well. And then, the Keto Fam is crashing. Yes, the Keto Fam. Actually, Just Jason Keto's been with us for many years as well. I've met up with him a few times in real life, and he's sent over plenty of friends. That continues today. But it's great that we have so many friends that want to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, and are so supportive in that way as well. Butler Family Farm and PK Adventures are on the wheel. They are usually here for every single stream and for the entirety of the stream, but I will add more names in a little while, including members. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream, but when we go on our first break, I'll add a little bit. And then Jose Lopez, I didn't see your Master Duel stream there, but we've got a few friends that have done a couple of dual streams, which is great to see. Brit Family Fun is in the house. Rushing Wind Mountain is here. Cali King 916 from Sacramento. Alexis Milner, I believe I've seen that channel before, but forgive me if I'm wrong. High Country Homestead is actually Susan from Australia. That's a longtime friend. She's been with us for at least 4 years, if not 5. And that's a second channel, so I'll look forward to getting to know that one. Live and Large with L Crew and Creed and Relate are both here. Home by Design with Marilyn is in the house. Vintage Style by Joe is also with us, and I think I said Rushing Wind Mountain, hopefully. Matt and Mouse is here. Pedrosa Travel is a longtime friend now as well. Greenland Quilter Katie, I think they were live earlier today. Didn't I catch you a few hours ago? And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead is also in the house. I Am Betty J Gathers is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator and member, so we'll put them on the wheel right now. And yes, Scotty J Travels is also in the house. I don't want to miss anybody. I think they've been going live frequently. Weren't you live yesterday? I can't remember for the life of me if I caught it. My bedtime is much earlier than it ever was, so 9 p.m. Eastern, I am getting ready to snore every day. Hopefully everybody is having fun meeting new friends. In the house already for today, Create and Relate is here. Cruising is Fun Anytime is in the house, and I believe that's the channel that I'm going to be on Sunday with Jeremy and Cheryl. They've been with us for at least 3 years as well, I believe. And Jeremy and Cheryl have a handful of different channels, actually, and we're going to talk about YouTube and hopefully some tips and tricks that everybody finds helpful. Hanging out with Jen, good to see you in the house. And then Chico Joker, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And thank you for waiting out that 20-minute time limit. We've got instructions in our video description for anybody that's brand new here. But the idea is basically we're a community of what we call small channels. But, none of us think of our channels as small. It's just a term that's been out there for a long time. The idea is that we all support each other regardless of niche or category. And the magic behind what we're doing here is truly in the friendships that are made between creators, where friends tend to favor each other. There's Hats on a Mission. That's Jeremy from Cruising is Fun Anytime. I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I feel like I'm missing a handful of channels. Home by Design with Marilyn is here. 99 Midnight Gamers in the house. And then what we're going to do is talk about Crafty Witch 232 in another second here. And thank you, Greenland Quilter Katie, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I keep typing the name for the pray emoji for the pants to say thank you and forgetting it doesn't come up in those chat windows. But thank you very much for that. And we will look at Greenland Quilter Katie right after Rocking Keto Amy. I just want to mention something quickly, and this just has to do, again, with our friendships and things like that. We talk about the word family, and it's not that we mean to throw it around or anything like that. You'll hear me use that term again and again and again. We've literally done this almost 850 times now, if you can believe that. But it really does truly feel like family as these friendships start to flourish and you realize all the different ways that people truly care, not just about your content and not just about your channel, but as, you know, creators and friends behind these channels, behind the scenes. I'm very lucky as the host of Tuber Chat to have a lot of people reach out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and everywhere else, noticing things behind the scenes. And, you know, it's a wonderful feeling to know that people are going to miss you when you're not there, and that does not take long. As soon as you've met a few friends here in the Tuber Chat community and spidering out into everybody else's communities here, you're going to find that you've got people, you know, caring very much about your success, about your wishes when it comes to YouTube. We really just want everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. There's 50 million channels, 50 million different reasons why we're here. And one of the things, though, is sometimes we find that not everything is positive, and I don't mean about YouTube in general, just even in life, you know, life happens, and it's very unfortunate, some of the things that people have to go through behind the scenes, but I hope everybody will be patient with each other. And when, you know, somebody's going through something, we'll have them, of course, in our thoughts and prayers, understanding that a lot of us have been through similar situations. No two are quite the same. And not that I'm getting into any kind of detail, obviously. I don't mean to dance around everything I talk about here, but just the idea that, you know, I hope everybody understands that there are people out there who, I promise you, care more than they are able to express. That goes for everybody. That goes for all of us. And for anybody that's fairly new, or if you're brand new here today, you might find this to be a pretty loaded speech for your first time in a Tuber Chat live stream. But I promise you, this will come to you know, not that it will make sense, of course it makes sense, but you'll understand that this is absolutely real, how much we all care about each other. Some of us have been friends here beyond 5 years, if you can imagine that. And I hope that everybody takes away from this, you know, extended speech that I'm giving here, the idea that people will care about you. We can see the future already and know that people are going to care years into the future, not just weeks and months. We're not here for subscribers. We're not here for views. We're not here for watch hours. All of those things happen naturally when you make friends with other YouTube creators, or on other platforms too, but you know what I mean. Butler Family Farm might be taking over the stream boss position. They've both dropped super chats here many times before and held the stream boss position many times before. That's that video game life meter you see under my camera, which is fading quickly. I do have the lights on today, but it's just not as bright as usual. I should get rid of that because it's hot and humid, and I'm gonna have to whine about that now too. Pedrosa Travel, thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna put your channel up right after Butler Family Farm. So I got quite a list, so I'm gonna start moving through channels now. I appreciate everybody's patience, but I just wanted to mention that, you know, it's easy for us to forget that sometimes people care more than we think that they do, especially when we're going through something and, you know, when things are a little bit quieter. But the good news is we've got a huge community here now, literally 6,000 people who care more than average, I would like to say, if not even more than that. And Gail Southern Living, good to see you in the house. That's a creator who's been with us pretty much from the beginning. New Horizons Above and Beyond is here almost every day. Forgive me for any channels I'm missing. And then Blessed to Crochet has a second channel called Blessing Through Connection. Thank you for coming in with that. And then, yes, Crafty Witch 232 is up on the screen with some extended screen time today. Well deserved, though. They've been a long-time supporter now. And it's been, did we say it was close to a year? Yeah, it has to be, because that's 10 months of videos there. And Crafty Witch 232 is not only on everyday streaming, almost every single day, they stream themselves, but they're also out supporting other people and here for almost every single Tuber Chat live stream as well, if you can imagine that. Crafty Witch 232 has tons of creativity on their channel, and they let us know on their About section. They do cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, a lot of sewing, and even more. A lot of the things that they make are meant to be sold. You see that in the videos, but also when we dig through some of the shorts videos, you get an idea of some of the pop culture references here, and some of these have done really well, and 10,000, 14,000 views on a couple of those. Live streams on the channel, like I said, almost every day. They're usually creating, once in a blue moon, they do something a little bit different, but you'll be able to catch them and meet lots more friends while you're over there. Most creators here in the Tuber Chat family, including our moderators, will allow and encourage you to meet more friends when you're with them as well. So hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everybody. But I'm going to start stepping on it right now. So the Stock Explorer is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I'm going to get you to pardon me just for a second, because I have to turn that light off and shut the window. I am in desperate need of some darkness here for a second. My camera is not going to look very good at all, but it is unbelievably humid and hot, so anything I can do to lower the temperature by even half a degree, I got to do right now. Not to mention I broke my glasses today. I already ordered new ones, but they're falling off my face because the Scotch tape, or whatever kind of tape we call that, is not doing a great job of holding them together. And but I appreciate everybody's patience. So so blessed by Jessica to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, the chat's moving today. The Black Widow's Web, I hope I said hello. I know you've been here for a while. When we look at the Stock Explorer, Nora is somebody who's been a dear friend for the last 5 years. They've literally been with us from almost the very beginning of Tuber Chat. And this is a creator who I promise you cares deeply, not just about the YouTube journey, but about those of us in the Tuber Chat family and everyone in their community as well. They go over and above when it comes to the idea of taking observation in the YouTube landscape to see all the positives and negatives that are out there. They're somebody who absolutely will notice when somebody disappears for a couple of weeks and things like that. So I hope everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer, and they have really evolved with their content over the years. They started by talking about the stock market with a little bit of crypto, and they do that in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They continue that today, and they often have product in hand as well. But they have really expanded the content. So they've always brought a little bit of variety. And a couple of years ago, they started lottery ticket scratching on their channel. They now have a series called Scratching with Strangers. And what they're doing is literally meeting people for the first time, scratching lottery tickets with them while interesting stories are told at the same time. So that can be very exciting, definitely interesting. You can see I've seen these, and we're hoping for more. I'm sure Nora will come out with some soon. This creator also brings pure variety into their shorts videos, like lots of other creators here in the Tuber Chat family, where regardless of category or niche, shorts are used for variety to draw in hopefully subscribers of all different types. 4,400 views on one of these and 14,000 on another, which we know is still getting views. And then live streams on the channel feature even more variety, because Nora could be talking stocks and crypto. They might have charts and graphs for us to see, or they might be lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators, or they may be hosting a StreamYard panel and having some friendly conversation. I've joined them on their channel for a couple of hours, as a matter of fact. And hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer. Again, this is Nora. They've got a second channel too. They're monetized, of course, with almost, or getting on 2,400 subscribers. When we look at their front page at the bottom, we're going to find that they have got a second channel called Tropical Buzz. So Nora is located in Florida, and this creator is going to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They got several videos and a few shorts for us to see already. They're just over 300 subscribers, so we'd love to push them towards the 3,100 we know they must be thinking about. Ashes and Embers, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not being certain if you've been here in a Tuber Chat live stream before, or if we met outside. For the life of me, I can't remember right this second. In Toronto, in the Eastern time zone, we're the same as Florida and New York, so it's 6:30 p.m. Not too long after most people's dinner times. And then, yeah, I have a Woozoo fan. If anybody hasn't seen that, you'll have to look it up. WOOZOO. And of course, I'm Canadian, so I say Zed. But they are magical. They circulate the air all through the room and this and that. But the problem is, in our apartment, we're only allowed to have one of those portable air conditioners with the hoses that go out to a window that you have to leave open and tape all over the place and everything. And where the air conditioner is the opposite end of the apartment from the room that I sit in. But in order for me not to yell through the house the whole time while I'm talking, I got to keep the door not closed, but sort of. And I just don't like the heat as much as some people do, and it is hot and humid as it is right now. I think it's only, what's 24, that's 48, and 32 is it 80? Is that right? Oh, that can't be right. Oh, yeah, this is why I'm not enjoying it. And then, yeah, I need some kind of extra thing. I probably should get a little desk fan or something. I probably have one around here that I can get out. And then the only other thing I probably want to mention, I know we have a few new people in the chat today, so forgive me. There's a lot of people who've been here many times before, but I just want to try to reel in the self-promotion a little bit. The idea here in Tuber Chat, even for people who've been here for 5 years, 4 years, 3 months, a couple of weeks, or if this is your first day, the object here is to make friends with other creators. Once you've done that, they'll be on your channel to catch all of the things you're going to do. Nobody, probably not one person, is going to listen to somebody say that they have a live stream or a premiere or something else coming up here today, and then plan to go running to that channel if they don't already know you. It's just, a bit of a hint for everybody, because I don't want anybody to be frustrated with the idea that you're not getting people to come. They don't come out of this live stream. That's not what happens here. What we do is we make friends with people, and then our friends show up for us. So it's more of a message for people who've been here many times before, but we have to keep the self-promotion to a minimum, because when it starts to get to be too much, other creators are going to get very upset about that. when people go into their live streams and talk about all the videos and premieres and things that they got going on. I wouldn't believe one person is taking notes right now, worrying about who's going live on what day. Some of us will remember when I mention it a few times, but the key is to have people on your channel as subscribers, as friends, that set the notifications, and then they'll know when you're going to go live. And then, yeah, it was over 100 here last week or the week before. Tinkmaster Games, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Tina Bailey, good to have you back. I know you were here last time as well. Shanster Travels is another longtime friend. She's one of the first to come in, actually, from the travel and cruising community after we weren't able to have a lot of travel and cruising content for a couple of years there. I'm sure everybody remembers that. Have Cheetah Will View, good to see you in the house. Driving Daily is here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And thank you again, Crafty Witch 232, for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Nora from Tropical Buzz and the Stock Explorer did the same thing, so thank you both.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then Keto Simple dropped a super chat as well. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen in order. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. So Keto Simple is now over 6,300 subscribers, my goodness, and monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support here and the kind words to go along with that. And Keto Simple is a channel that I'm still getting to know, but obviously they're going to help us with healthy eating and healthy living. Obviously a dynamic creator as well. A couple of rollovers will show you a bit of that. I'm sure we'll see in the live stream page as well. For now, we're looking at shorts, and we see a lot of delicious looking content here. 19,000, 42,000, 143,000 views on one of these shorts videos, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. It's been a couple of weeks, but you see what I'm talking about. Obviously a dynamic, maybe couple of creators there, actually. And like I said, I'm still getting to know the channel. So this is Dustin, and hopefully everybody will connect. The idea obviously is to make keto simple. We hear the term, we think maybe that there's a lot to go into it, but it can be as easy as a few simple ideas to get started with. And we've got a few friends now, including Just Jason Keto and Rocking Keto Amy, that are going to help us with the same thing.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or add Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Rocking Keto Amy up on the screen is somebody that I'm still getting to know, but they've been with us a little bit longer. And this is another creator who came through from Just Jason Keto's channel. I've been lucky to catch her for a few different things. I think this was a premiere, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but I see you've got a brand new video as well from a few days ago. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. We see that they're almost at 270 subscribers. That puts them pretty close to the 300 we know they must be thinking about. They've got some shorts over here as well. What I find from our keto channels is they're going to give us product reviews and recipes and other ideas for keto, and a bit of variety I can see in the shorts videos here. 500, almost 600, and over 700 views on some of these shorts videos, which is great to see, and then live streams as well. So I caught you yesterday, but I didn't realize you did 2 of them, or 3 of them. Part 3 there. And hopefully I'll catch you for another one soon. It's been a couple months before that, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel, and again, that's for keeping up with each other as much as we can. And then M&T Living It, good to see you in the house. Kathy is back in the chat, and I appreciate you coming back in. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know I say it a million times. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes, I'm not sure if I said hello just yet. Rocking Keto Amy, thank you again for your super chat. And thank you again to Simply Keto. And then Greenland Quilter Katie is coming up right now for the same reason.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Jen.Cohen is in the house. Good to see you here. And Greenland Quilter Katie up on the screen. This is a channel. I know I say the same things all the time and even throughout the stream, but I get to know channels over time, obviously by having them on the screen here and then by watching videos and premieres and things like that. But when this channel first started coming into the Tuber Chat family so long ago, and I think this has been a year now, right? I think I mentioned that, yeah, 11 months. So when they started coming in, they happened to be posting a lot of these videos that are on the water, kind of views around Greenland, where we get mountain views and icebergs and glaciers and things like that. And I thought they were doing a lot of StreamYard panels, and I found out afterwards, yes, they are, but they're also doing a podcast. Over the Christmas season, they brought us a lot of shopping videos that were a little bit different for this channel, and they continue bringing a small amount of variety in between the podcasts, and then they've got some shorts on the channel. These seem to be more pure variety, but bringing us a great look around Greenland, including 2,900 and 3,100 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they've got a StreamYard panel full of guests, familiar faces there, as a matter of fact, as well, where we can hang out. The conversation in live streams usually goes anywhere once it gets started, even when it starts with a topic. So hopefully everybody will connect with Greenland Quilter Katie, now working on 4,300 subscribers and monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Design with Emma is in the house. Fairbrick Studio is here. Thank you for coming in. And then what we're going to do is take a break right now. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Thank you again, Greenland Quilter Katie, for your super chat. We also had a couple from Butler Family Farm and Pedrosa Travel. So we're going to look at both of those channels as soon as we get back from this break. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. And these are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel. And these go anywhere around an hour to 2 hours in length. They're friendly conversations, even though we call them interviews. All of the featured channels, I tried to ask their opinion without adding too much of my own, but they've all been with us for years. They know what we're going through. They're still with us today. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
So always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime,
Okay.
but we're linked by the ways, but they will know somebody that's scale modeling and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in a weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of
Yeah.
there
you go.
you know, and so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, I goes, I'm on 10,000. Am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So even though, but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in. I'm going to spin it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yeah,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is and also it's good, it's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure.
in the background here, Canadian Family Life sent me this portable air conditioner thing. I wonder if that's similar. I can't look at it right now, but I just skimmed over the image in the background. I wonder if it's like this thing I bought one day. I literally got excited. I love that TV advertised on TV store, or whatever it's called, as seen on TV Showcase, I think it's called. They have incredible stuff in there, and I've bought like my share. I stay out of there because I don't want to spend money, and I have bought a few things from there. But one of the things that I bought was one of those things that's supposed to be like this little air conditioning kind of thing, and some of you have probably bought this thing or heard about it, where it's just a little plastic box and it comes with an ice pack like you use for your cooler. You put the ice pack in and the fan blows the air by the ice pack, and I'm sure it makes it 1 degree cooler or whatever, but I've got those things. One of them, I bought two. One of them's brand new, still in the box. I never even opened it. The other one I used for 2 seconds to see if it was going to help. I should break those things out and put one of them here just for the fan alone. But Canadian Family Life's making me laugh there. And then Scratch and Pete PA is talking about glazed donuts over there, but I also know that he's probably seen the Tim Hortons advertising, because we're both Canadians, and they've got some thing going on right now where I think you get a drink. What is it? You get $1 for a donut, for any donut at all, if you buy a drink of any size. I think that's it. They're trying to compete with McDonald's. McDonald's used to do this dollar drink days thing, and now it's like only small, and everybody's up in arms over it and everything else. Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you so much for another super chat. They're actually doing that so that we will look at Crystal Dragon, Rita House of Creations, who is another dear friend here, so I will absolutely honor that, like we always do, of course. We're going to put that channel up right after Pedrosa Travel, and they're coming up right after Butler Family Farm. Yeah, Hilda DC, I don't like the heat either, and I didn't expect it was. I think I opened the window and I let the humidity in. I think that's what the problem was. And it felt like it was a degree cooler outside than it is inside, so I didn't have a problem opening the window, but I was dying right away, so I had to get that thing closed up. And I put a couple of lights on, but I'm trying to keep the temperature as low as possible. I don't even want one light bulb contributing to the heat. So, thank you for noticing, but yeah, it's gonna have to, I'll be in the dark for today, I think. Except when I play those clips. So Blez, good to see you here. Globies Travel, good to have you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Hopefully I didn't scare anybody away with my speeches earlier. We had a couple of brand new channels in the chat today, and I went off about self-promotion for a second there. So mini rant. I've lost my temper in a roundabout sort of way a couple of times over the years. After 850 streams, I'll use that as my excuse. We've all got to do it someday, and hopefully not too harshly or anything like that. But some of our newer friends hopefully are still in the house, meeting new friends. I know it could be overwhelming being here for the first time. All of us remember that. Anybody who's here today, right now, every single person remembers what it was like, probably their first time, or somewhat, you know what I mean. And it could be overwhelming. And then we only have a small air conditioner. We're not allowed to have more than this tiny little one. They'll let you have more than one, but you got to pay an extra fee. You got to pay. We're in Canada. We pay $350 just for the electricity to cover the air conditioner for the year, because you don't have to have it. You can opt to not pay it. We always get it. And then if you want a second air conditioner, you got to pay a second $350. Like, no, I will I will tolerate the comfort level that we've got. I'm not going to get sick or anything like that just because I'm warm for a couple of hours. Susan Marian, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and forgive me, I should know by now, but I believe it's Susan Marian, proud single mother, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to always promote everybody's channel the way I want it promoted. And then Crystal Dragon, Rita House of Creations. It actually rained all through southern Ontario today. Pete probably got some of it. Jason probably got some of it. And it was on and off all day. So I loved it. I love terrible weather. But it's just the humidity after. And it got it back up to what we say is 25 degrees Celsius. Could have been warmer. And the way that you calculate the Fahrenheit is you just double the Celsius number and add 32. So 25 to us works out to 82 degrees, which is too hot for me. And Mr. Falter-Baraz has a birthday coming up. Cruising is fun anytime. I'm not sure if Jeremy and Cheryl are still here. I'm going to be with them on Sunday for their channel. They've got a special live stream planned, and we're going to talk YouTube with Scotty J Travels, and we're going to talk about tips and tricks, give everybody a little bit of history based on what helped to grow our channels, let's just say. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, all of our homesteading friends are probably wishing for more rain than anybody else. I'm just happy to have it selfishly. I just want the temperature down. Wolves Den Outdoors, good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Butler Family Farm dropped another super chat. They've done that countless times before, and we've got another couple of channels to look at for the same reason. Greenland Quilter Katie wants us to look at Crystal Dragon's channel, and Pedrosa Travel dropped a super chat a moment ago as well, so we'll look at that channel in a minute. Jessica SMC, good to see you in the house. And if you look at the video game life meter under my very dark camera today, you'll see Butler Family Farm has taken over the stream boss position again. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss, and the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. Butler Family Farm has held that position many times before. They've been posting a bunch of videos. I was just about to wonder how on earth could I be so behind. I must have not put a video in my catch-up list the other day, but I thought that I did. Maybe I'm mistaken. So they've got a brand new members only video, so it's great to see creators using the members only features. Whether everybody's a fan of it or not, I don't know, but it can help to entice memberships on your channel. I know most of us are thinking about monetization and things like that. I'm just going to grab the latest Toys R Us video and see what Jerry and Susan have to say here. These creators share the camera work on their 116 acre farm. And they bring us all around to see the land, to see the tools, some of which they make, some of which they have help from other neighbors and things like that. They've got a lot of equipment here. They got a lot of livestock, including those bees, but they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and they're working on koi. I believe that's still a project in the making, if that makes sense. And a lot of garden type updates. They'll bring us a lot of homesteading style content, cooking videos, of course. And Jerry actually brings us into the shop to do some my opinion is that it is spectacular, the woodworking that he does, far beyond anything that I've been involved in myself, but truly impressive. So I hope everybody will check that out. Now, Jerry and Susan are also very social when it comes to even outside of YouTube. They do lots of meetups, whether it's a handful of different creators, people visiting the farm, or if they're out, sometimes with 80 channels worth of creators and supporters at some very large meetups, and then they tend to live stream those as well. They're live every week, as a matter of fact, and if they're not out at a meetup, they're giving us a chance to get to know them like they did yesterday in their home. They do a lot of giveaways on the channel. Jerry's been very forthcoming about the idea behind using promotions in the YouTube studio to drive the channel very rapidly. So you can see they're now over 87,000, almost at 88. And he'll share information about that if you want to reach out to him. And then otherwise, we're going to see familiar faces like Gail Southern Living over there when we look at StreamYard panels. I've been with Jerry and Susan a couple of times on their channel, and they have lots and lots of guests, so you'll definitely meet new friends when you're over there. And they've got shorts on the channel as well, which we didn't look at yet. And some of these have done really well. 10,000, 12,000 views. They got one at 53,000, of course. And like I said, they're monetized. And then Together We Travel. Good to see you at the house. Thanks for coming in. Jessica SMC. Not sure if I said hello, but it's great to have you here. And then, Pedrosa Travel. We used to have a store. I worked for 1 year for a store called Toy City. And I'm not sure how long they were around. They were around for many years, I believe. I was around 18, I think it was. It was my first full-time job after high school, let's just say, for daytimes. And I usually have more than one job. Matt and Mouse is still here with us. Let me get them onto the wheel. And LGGG Love is here. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Peace and Cues, good to have you here. I think I waved in the chat earlier. And Butler Family Farm, Jerry and Susan, thank you again for another super chat. They've done that countless times before. So has Pedrosa Travel, and so has Greenland Quilter Katie. We're going to look at her friend Rita in another moment here.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Jory's Game Bites, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Let me get them onto the wheel. I will clear out the wheel every once in a while, and then members and moderators will be added back on always, of course, just so that we can get to some more channels, more than we otherwise would have every day. Pedrosa Travel is here with over 2,000 subscribers now, which is great to see. I know I'm behind, but I can see how far now when I'm looking at your video. So I'm going to take the latest one. What happens when you miss your train in LA? I'd probably snap and start making phone calls. I'd reach out for a lifeline there. But we'll see what Pedrosa Travel has to say. They are going to bring us all sorts of travel, and you'll get an idea when you get into their about section. From Southern California, they're letting us know. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,800, 1,900 views, 3,000 on one of them, and a bit more variety here, but mostly travel based. And then live streams on the channel as well. So up to many months ago, they were doing live streams. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, so if they're going to bring those back, we'll be ready for them. And we can see that they're posting frequently as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Pedrosa Travel. They've been with us for a few years as well, and obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then High Country Homestead is Susan from Australia with a second channel there. She's been a friend for many years, almost 5 years, I think, actually. And then let's think about looking at Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Yeah, could you imagine Tim Hortons? Don't let me admit to everybody that I actually went to Tim Hortons for the last thing anybody should be going to Tim Hortons for. Just pure donuts, just wolfing those things down today. And it's only, I'll use an excuse. It's only because it was right beside me, but I don't know what got into me that I decided to do that. Bad idea. We have these things called Tim Bits, they call them, from Tim Hortons. And what they are is the donut holes. So I don't know if the other places like Starbucks, I don't know how much donuts they actually sell at all anyway. And I'm in Canada, so things might be different. But like Dunkin' Donuts or places like Coffee Time or whatever the popular ones are for all of our friends around the world, I don't know if everybody sells those donut holes like that, but they've come up with a million different flavors for those as well. Forever Goshlin 3004, good to see you in the house. Shirley in Alaska, good to have you in the house. They're thinking about starting a channel. So the great news about that, and the fact that you're here right now, is this channel and this stream and everybody that you're going to meet, we have 99 or 100% channel owners here, which means that you've got other creators to support you. So if you're going to decide to make videos, which everybody here will encourage you to do, then you'll already have a bit of a head start by connecting with other people here. Basically, we're focused on friendships, because we know that our friends will always favor us. We will favor our friends as well. Therefore, you'll have true supporters for your channel. Rachel Loha, thank you so much. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just coming by to give a hello or a thumbs up. And I'm Patrick and I eat Timbits. Everybody together. Hello, Patrick. He's a longtime friend as well. He's been with me for probably 5 years also. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Crystal Dragon, Rita, House of Creations. This channel's up right now because their friend, Greenland Quilter Katie, dropped a super chat for them, and I really do appreciate that. So we've got a handful of new videos over here as well, including tutorials, including some different creative ideas. And we actually saw Crystal Dragon Rita on another channel just a few moments ago. Maybe it was Greenland Quilter Katie now that I think of it, but a lot of these creators are collaborating together in StreamYard panels and things like that. So I'm going to take a lengthy video here. This one's an hour long. I'm going to take this and put it into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with the channel, but she's also got a perfect video for connecting here. This July 1st video is just over 3 minutes long. And that's exactly what we're looking for when we want to connect with other creators. So you'll see that Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations is going to give us tutorials. And I've already learned a bit from this creator about how there can be different patterns. Somebody like myself who never has engaged in quilting activities, if that makes any sense the way I'm putting it. I'm still impressed by all of the different things that people do that are creative. I mean, it doesn't take a long look at a quilt to understand how much work goes into that. And a lot of our quilting friends do other things as well. But Crystal Dragon Rita will help us understand some of the different ways that we can make our quilts have different interesting patterns, if that makes sense. I'll leave it to you to find what I'm talking about when you get to their channel. Some of the shorts here are doing really well. 500, almost 600 views, 800 views, one over 1100, and we know that that one's still getting views out of place over there. That one's going to take the #1 spot soon. And then they've done some live streams of their own, but we know they're featured on other people's channels as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crystal Dragon Rita House of Creations, and thank you again, Greenland Quilter Katie, for the super chat so we can look at that channel. And thank you one more time, Rachel Loha. I really do appreciate the hello and the thumbs up, of course. And then I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll look at Cruising is Fun Anytime, and this is a channel I'm going to be on. I haven't done as many panels over all of these years as I always think I'm going to. I just don't seem to make as much time as I should.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And Cruising is Fun Anytime is a couple of creators who've been with us for what I believe is 3 years. It could be longer, because we had this block of a few years there, and you're going to remember what I'm talking about, where we didn't have any travel content, no cruises. Cruise ships were just not operating the way that they are now. And then when things eased up and we could get some travel, we found this influx of cruising and travel channels and content. Cruising is Fun Anytime is Jeremy and Cheryl together. Most of you have probably seen them somewhere because they collaborate with so many other people. Eddie Lugo Studios does a morning show with them very often. They've been doing that for a long time. I haven't been able to catch it because I got a new Monday to Friday even earlier than 9 to 5 kind of thing. So I'm off of YouTube for the better part of the morning and early afternoon in the Eastern time zone. But I always have a good time when I hang out with them. They always have wonderful things to say, not just about the Superchat community, but other creators as well. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list so I can catch up with them, because you can see I'm behind now. And shorts on their channel have gotten into 1,800 and 1,900 views. So they got a bit of variety in between the travel-based content here, and then live streams on the channel as well. So this is where they go live with Eddie Lugo Studios every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. Maybe I can catch this, but I have to just listen. I'll be driving. Not always. I'm usually actually working at that time, but I'll keep it in mind that hopefully I can catch these. Now, you notice that I said I'm not sure that I could be there, but I'm still setting notifications. We all set notifications for every single thing we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, regardless of start time, regardless of whether or not we think we can make it, because we know it's an engagement signal for the algorithm, signal of interest when we click on any of this stuff. Living Free in Hawaii, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, and then Handicapped Traveler, yeah, I'm unsure. There could be just some kind of a glitch. My only recommendation is to refresh. If you don't mind, you sometimes even have to shut off the phone and start it back up. It shouldn't work, but it does for some reason. And then same thing with a computer and everything else. If you still can't get in, let me know, and I'll put Sir Dank for Jesus, their other channel, into the approved users list, and that usually helps. But a simple reset in 2025, I don't think it should have to be done, but it does, and it tends to work. Cruising is Fun Anytime. They've got another couple of channels. So Jeremy and Cheryl Cruise Adventures. I hope I'm spelling it all properly. So here it is. Yes, Jeremy and Cheryl with an S. Jeremy and Cheryl Cruise Adventures here. And this is a second channel and complimentary to what they're doing on Cruising is Fun Anytime. This one's got almost 1,900 subscribers. They got shorts over here as well. More travel-based content, 1,500, 1,900 with a little bit of variety there. The live streams are simulcasted between the different channels. And I think they have at least another one, if not two. And forgive me for not remembering every single one. Hats on a Mission is one that Jeremy started not too long ago, probably longer ago than I think. But this is a special channel with a special message. So I hope everybody will check this out. And Hats on a Mission, they've got information on the About section there. And they've got a few live streams, a couple of live streams now, and then they've got shorts on the channel. Also, these have now gotten into over 1,000 views on one of them, which is great. Almost 400 subscribers already as well, so hopefully everybody will help push that channel a little bit farther. And like I said, I'm going to be on with Jeremy and Cheryl this Sunday on Cruising is Fun Anytime, so I hope everybody will connect with that channel as well. And then, yeah, High Country Homestead. So here in the Superchat channel, I try to post all of the live streams in advance by at least a few days, sometimes even a couple of weeks, so that everybody can set the notifications or at least look and see what time they're going to be and plan if they need to. I had to move the stream yesterday. Our internet wasn't working very well, and I didn't want to go through the frustration of everybody, you know, cutting off and everything else. So we moved it. We're gonna expect to be on every 3 days, and the next few streams are already posted, but you can set notifications for those, which I believe overrides the notification bell, so you will have a better chance of actually being notified when they come on. Mark the Shark, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then thank you, Handicapped Traveler. Yeah, I'm going to have to add that channel into our approved users. And then thank you, Michael's Adventures. What I did actually today is I put the redirect for tonight on tomorrow's premiere. So, but I appreciate those. Michael's Adventures has been raiding in here to Tuber Chat several times lately, but you can, we'll talk outside, but also take a raid as well from us again on any day that you want to. Neon the Knights KO, the Ghostly Winds, good to see you in the house. They've changed their name a couple times. They're also from Australia. We're going to talk about Canadian family life in a second here. And I'm just making a note to remember to put Sir Dank for Jesus in the About section, hopefully when we go on that break, and that might allow it to come in. The approved user section that I'm talking about is in the same area of your channel settings where you add moderators or where you ban channels and things like that. Henry Leslie, Vermont, I hope I said hello earlier. And then we're going to look at Canadian family life right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Globies Travels is dropping a super chat, and they've done that many times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to put that channel up next. We always put super chatters, pardon me, and membership gifters onto the screen in order when those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And it's I'm overdue. It's time for me to add at least one name to the wheel from our chat list, based on how active everybody's been in the chat. And then Tiffany, yes, Canadian Family Life is up on the screen right now. This is a creator that gets the whole family involved in her channel. Her husband Chris has his own channel, Chris's Creation Fun, and you'll catch the whole family in and out of each video and the live streams as well. Canadian Family Life comes to us from New Brunswick, and they bring us food bank grocery hauls along with a lot of cooking videos. They're getting into more and more product reviews lately, and they've done some vlogging on the channel, lots of Happy Meal videos, shout outs for other creators, and Tiffany is very recognizable because she's been featured on dozens of other channels in StreamYard panels. Not to mention this creator's out there supporting others in premieres and live streams all the time, and I believe that's the biggest reason why Canadian Family Life is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Tuber Chat family. She got to her first 3,000 in just barely over a year, which at the time was quite a feat. And then Jen.Cohen is gifting 5 memberships. My dear goodness, thank you for that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. I know all the recipients will be happy to have gotten those. And Jen.Cohen is going to come up right after Globies Travels. And then New Horizons Above and Beyond. If we talk about a channel that's not signed in, so when you say as a guest, I'm uncertain whether or not the watch hours will count, I always err on the side of caution and plan on the things that may not working, let's just say, when it comes to racking up watch hours, because we don't want to be disappointed, right? But if somebody that you want to watch, so let's say it's your mother's friend, has an account which you can help them with, then they can certainly watch playlists and have the watch hours count. That's probably the best way. But again, I'm uncertain of exactly which watch hours are going to count or not count if somebody is not logged in. And it could depend on different devices and different countries and jurisdictions and things like that as well. And then Canadian Family Life we're looking at from New Brunswick. They've got shorts on the channel that are all in line with their long form content. I'd almost consider them part of the homesteading community. First of all, because they're friends with so many people in the homesteading community, I happen to see that. But They also bring a variety of indoor and outdoor content. Some of the outdoor shorts videos have done well. 2,800, 3,300, 5,600 views. And of course, Canadian Family Life is monetized. She goes live occasionally. This is the kind of creator who can go live whenever she wants and will have a flood of support coming into the chat because of all the support that she gives to other people. So Canadian Family Life is here as a beloved and dedicated member and moderator, and I hope everybody will connect with them. And then, Hannah Rebecca, are you losing watch hours? I swapped with Hannah Rebecca actually just a few months ago. And she's got tons of vlogging, right? Like she does vlogging in the truest sense of the word. I didn't mean to spin the wheel, but we'll make sure that that counts. And what we'll do is I Am Betty J Gathers is going to come up right after Jen.Cohen. But I've got a couple of channels that we need to look at right away. And I'll get the order together in a second here.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So I might be getting a couple things out of order here. And pardon me while I just look on the other screen here. Yes, so Globee's Travels is coming up right now. And then Jen.Cohen is coming up right after. Now, Globee's Travels dropped a super chat. And I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. And I know I say the same things over and over, but we put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. Missouri Outlaw Randy is in the house. And as a hint for anybody swapping playlists, probably all of our moderators will be willing to do it. If I haven't run a playlist for you in the last year or two, I think it extended over a year now. The red lines are still there. If I look at Hannah Rebecca's channel, all the red lines are there. We saw that the other day. So we know the watch hours won't count. I have other accounts and things like that, so I can try to help in that way. But most of our moderators, probably all of them, will be willing to help as well. And Globee's Travels is up on the screen right now. Of course, this creator is going to bring us more travel, and it doesn't have to be far away places. It could be closer to home as well. And you get an idea from their About section where they literally say they're retired and love to travel, whether it's far from home or to unique and interesting places around where they live. I can see I'm behind here too, so I'm just going to grab one of your latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. They're in Tennessee for that one, and that will give me a chance to catch up the smallest bit. Playlists can be a great tool for that kind of thing. Shorts on this channel have gotten now into almost 4,000 views, one over 7,000 and one over 13,000. My dear goodness. And then live streams on the channel as well. They did one many months ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. And Globee's Travels is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And they've been with us for at least a couple of years. They took over our Stream Boss position as well. We talked about that earlier. That's that video game life meter under my camera. Everybody's, or every Super Chat and membership gift, along with highlighted milestone messages, knocks the life out of the Stream Boss, the last person to knock it out and take over, get some extra exposure for their channel. Manuel's Aquarium and Entertainment, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, yeah, Globee's Travels, thank you so much. I know it can be a long wait. You know, members and moderators are always added to the wheel. And as long as members and moderators are active in the chat, they either stay on the wheel or I re-add them if I remove them and things like that. So it's all but a guarantee to be seen in every stream. But I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours. So like I'm going to do right now, during a couple of the breaks, what I'll do is I'll go and I'll remove some names from the wheel for people I haven't seen or noticed in the last 20 minutes or half hour or so, but I'll always add back members and moderators as long as they're active in the chat. And then it's time for me to add a name to the wheel from our chat list. So I'm going to do that basically right this second. We'll go for a break for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. This one's going to be the very first clip from the very first episode. Keep in mind, these are extremely informative. All the creators I spoke to are longtime dear friends of ours, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, what I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to I think it was 82 was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that. Instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
All right, we're almost back. Sorry, I was doing that thing for Handicapped Traveler there. They got a second channel called Sir Dank for Jesus, where they bring us spiritual inspiration, but for whatever reason, that channel may have had trouble getting into the chat today. So I've put that into our approved users list. Whenever you hear from somebody that says they can't get into your chat, it feels like they might be blocked, or there could be some kind of a glitch. There's a couple different things. But if you put people into your approved users list in the background of your channel, that usually helps. You have to think about that because the approved users list can also be used for commentating in live streams. The new feature that YouTube introduced many months ago is the idea that you can have a live stream chat that only includes approved users. What that allows is for anybody to watch the live stream, and then you select who's able to chat, but it's not limited to members or moderators or anything else. So kind of a cool idea. Hopefully that works. If you don't mind, give it a try. Handicapped Traveler. If not, like I said, full reset is the only thing I can imagine for now. And then yeah, we'll have to check out the community guidelines for that then, or the terms of service, Blessed to Crochet, to see exactly how that's going to work. So the YouTube is so vague. Not that I want to whine and complain and just throw them under the bus all the time, but it's absolutely true. YouTube is rarely clear about the rules and guidelines and terms and things like that. Everything is left to interpretation all the time, and the biggest reason is probably because then they have a blanket where they can just throw anything they want. I had a friend, somebody that I know who's a crypto channel that I watch, got his channel deleted for no reason the other day, and then managed to luckily get it back. But we don't always have positive turnouts. TRs, Diamonds and Drills, good to see you in the house from Houston, Texas. Thank you for coming in. And then Create and Relate. Yeah, a lot of people, I don't know how many people actually use YouTube directly. Let's start a poll. If anybody wants to see how to do this, we're going to talk about Jen.Cohen in a quick second here. I just want to get my chat window. This is an extra window I use to watch on another screen. But I'm going to try starting a poll. So here we go. We click the plus button. We start a poll. I'm going to say, what platform, should say which platform do you use to live stream on? And hopefully that makes sense the way I'm putting that. But let's say YouTube or StreamYard or Restream or Streamlabs. Or OBS. We'll put those together. And then I'll start the poll. I know there's other ways to go live, but I'm just curious. It doesn't matter. We're curious whether it's a phone or a computer. However you go live, if everybody wants to answer that, it'll be informative for all of us. I'm curious to know here in the Tuber Chat community, because it seems like most people use StreamYard. I use Streamlabs desktop for Tuber Chat right now. I've used OBS in the past. When I live stream outdoors on my other channel, I will use Streamlabs on the phone, but I've experimented and used GoPro, and I've used YouTube natively as well. I can't remember if I actually tried Prism or if I meant to and didn't yet. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities. Forgive me, all this time I never put your channel on the wheel yet. That's Charlene Heel, who happens to be a member. She's got a couple of channels, a few actually. And then Vintage Style by Joe is still here, so I've got you on the wheel also. Any of our members and moderators will be added. And then Handicapped Travelers. Yeah, no, what I mean is to add you into my, approved users. That's what should have helped so that you can use this chat, but otherwise just resetting the devices, or perhaps there's a glitch going on. Maybe it'll settle in a few days. Yeah, there should be a daybot. You know, it took even, you know, you can imagine. I certainly don't want anybody to think I know everything, or I don't want it to, pardon me, sound like that. But I have been on YouTube for many years, and I promise you, when I was first introduced to live streams and things like that, I didn't know that Nightbot. I didn't even know what a ChatBot was. I had to be introduced to that, and Nightbot has timed me out on my share of channels, I promise you. Oh, and then Evie Mux is like StreamYard and OBS together, says Butler Family Farm. I forget about that one because I don't know how many friends we have using it yet, but I haven't heard of very many. StreamYard and obviously Streamlabs and OBS and all that seem to be more popular. Restream seems to have picked up ever since StreamYard pulled their maneuver, doubling everybody's price a while back. I think that was a year ago, and boy, did everybody get really upset. Rightfully so. It was a bad business practice, in my opinion. Jen.Cohen is up on the screen. This is a channel I'm still getting to know as far as content goes, but this creator I've actually known for a long time. They're out supporting other people, and I've run into them countless times in other people's premieres or live streams. But here in Superchat, they've been with us for several months now, probably longer than I think already. Hopefully everybody will connect with Jen.Cohen. There's lots of information on the About section there, and they seem to be posting fairly frequently. It's been a couple months since they've posted a traditional video, but I see they've got shorts over here as well. One of them at 5,400 views, which is great to see. Obviously a dynamic creator as well. You get that idea just from the thumbnails there. They're going to be live again in a couple of days. Great that you're setting those in advance, and we can set notifications for premieres and live streams. Even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, we do that in the spirit of doing every single thing we possibly can for people or for each other. And then 216 subscribers, so we'd love to push Jen.Cohen towards the 300 subscribers. We know that they're thinking about quite a bit of friendship going on here with Friendly Faces, the Cup of Joe with the Astute Tourist. I think I saw Eddie Lugo Studios in that rollover as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jen.Cohen. They've been with us frequently lately as well, and I really do appreciate that. They gifted a handful of memberships today, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but I'm sure the recipients are happy to have those as well. And then I already spun the wheel, so we're going to look at I Am Betty J Gathers.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Yeah, the Black Widow's web. I wonder if YouTube will get into any more advanced features, but you have to wonder because other developers and companies will not build for YouTube if they can't compete, right? If there's no benefit. You know, if somebody says like, well, everybody could do everything on YouTube by itself without our extra, you know, without adding our platform, let's just say, if that makes any sense, it would discourage developers, in my opinion. So which platform do you live stream on? So most people use YouTube itself. So I'm a little bit surprised to hear that because I thought StreamYard was more popular, but hey, I learn every day from channels of all sizes. Streamlabs OBS only 14%. I thought that might be a little bit higher. And Restream, nobody in the house today is using Restream. I thought that was becoming more popular than it apparently is. Now that's just based on the 30-ish people that are watching right now. Sometimes we have as many as 50. It usually doesn't go too far below 30, except when we're on breaks and things like that. But this gives you an idea of what's out there. A lot of people are using YouTube natively. And then About with Andy, thanks for waiting out that 20 minutes. I promise you that feature helps, frustrating as it can be. All-Star Issy, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then Hannah Rebecca, so StreamYard. Yeah, actually, let's look at it for a second, then we'll talk about I Am Betty J Gathers. I don't think I have a affiliate link for this right now. So StreamYard is the platform that you see so many people using in their live streams where they have guests. There's Gary V. I follow him, of course. You will recognize the way that the comments come up when hosts put comments on the screen. Actually, I use StreamYard for all of our interviews. When I play those interview clips, I use StreamYard for those because you don't have to live stream with it. You can record and then edit afterwards. So that's exactly what I do. And we used to use StreamYard in the beginning of the early days of Superchat 5 years ago. Music Fest fam, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. D. Noonan, good to have you in the house also. And then I Am Betty J Gathers is up on the screen right now. This is a beloved and dedicated moderator, one of our longest standing members and our newest addition to our moderator squad this year. I Am Betty J Gathers is almost at, literally any second, they're going to have 3,000 subscribers. And I've said for many years, if not from the beginning, that 3,000 seems to be a very telling marker. I believe that any creator who truly gets to 3,000 subscribers 100% organically can also get to 10,000 subscribers, or maybe even 100,000 if they really want to. The only reason why 100,000 or a million becomes questionable is because it can take years. And we don't know what YouTube or the world is going to look like in 3 years. We all know life throws curveballs at us and everything else. Tim Mitchell is in the house. Good to see you here. You'll be happy to know that I've got Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official lined up to be our featured channel in a few episodes next week. I forget what day. You'll have to look at the front page and see, but I posted those today. Tim Mitchell has a handful of channels, including Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, that he does the videos and things for, as well as the unofficial official Off Topic Squirrel that is never too far behind Tim Mitchell. And then I Am Betty J Gathers up on the screen right now. Obviously a dynamic host. You see this creator is always smiling, always laughing, or pretty close to it. She brings us into her home. She takes us out on the road. She's done a ton of vlogging on her channel, but she's also brought us a ton of shorts videos, literally doing 365 in a row and continuing those right now. And I Am Betty J Gathers will talk about living her best life over 60. All of her content, I believe, can relate to anybody, though. And she will talk about things like healthy eating, healthy living, always motivating, always inspiring. She's got shorts over here, most of which have gotten into 7, 8, 9, and 10,000 views featuring the creator, or many of them, and then a few newer ones at 13,000, 15,000 views with some variety in there as well. Then live streams. She was challenged by Crystal Sparkle, who's featured here, to do 12 days of interviews, and I was honored to have been a part of that. And she interviewed a lot of familiar faces, some people you'll be introduced to for the first time. Like all of our moderators, she will allow and encourage everybody to connect with new people during her live streams or premieres. And I Am Betty J Gathers is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm hoping everybody who hasn't connected with her already will help push her to that 3,000 subscribers, because we know it's an exciting and important milestone that she's thinking about right now. Edna's World, good to see you in the house. There's one of the creators that is featured in our interview series that I keep talking about. And Wilma 2U1, good to see you in the house also. Thank you for coming in. That's another longtime friend. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I say that a million times. Broke but bountifully blessed Carol is back in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. And I think it's actually time for me to spin. So let's do that right this second.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Vintage Style by Joe is coming up. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They're here with us for just about every stream ever since finding Tuber Chat. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Yes, Chef Mama Bliss, forgive me. I said thank you, I think, in the chat for that super chat, but I was supposed to have put that channel up on the screen. We'll put it up next. Chef Mama Bliss is one of our longest standing members, as you can see from the color of the membership badge. That is those little tulips. They were meant for spring. I didn't have a good idea for summer yet. I don't know how to do a purple and an orange and a green sun. So I have to find some other idea, but we've got our spring tulips there for now. But you can see I match the colors with the YouTube default colors, so you get an idea. Chef Mama Bliss has literally been a member for years. But we'll look at their channel in another moment here. Together We Travel, still in the house. Good to see you here. Vintage Style by Joe is going to bring us an interesting, I want to say a twist. It's not a twist. They do lots of crafty things. So let me just read from here. They say all things crafty is what they love to share with us. And they got a little bit more information on their About section, including the fact that they're so active on other platforms. Etsy, eBay, Amazon, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok. They've got all kinds of stuff here. And then what I have seen from Vintage Style by Joe, it's not that they put a twist on their creative ideas. It's that they come up with ideas that I had not seen before. And they use a lot of scraps when it comes to fabrics and different materials to create a lot of the things that they bring us on their channel. So non-traditional ideas is what I've seen from this creator more than anything else. And I mentioned it earlier in the stream today, but I'm always impressed with creativity from other people doing things that I myself can't or won't do. Let's just say I have in our grade school from 6th to 8th grade, we were forced when I was a young lad to take some creative classes, woodworking, cooking, traditional art, painting, drawing, sketching, and things like that, as well as sewing classes. And one year we made a stuffed animal. Another year we made a tracksuit, which I never finished. I wish I did, but I didn't. I felt so horrible the last day of school when a couple of the guys who finished their tracksuits were wearing them around the school, and it was like so cool that they had made their own clothes. I can't remember what the other thing was that we did. I think I made a pillow one year as well. But that's the extent of my sewing, and I can do a horrible job of fixing things like jeans or other simple sewing tasks and things like that. But I'm glad to have learned that, but I can't do these creative things, so it makes me that much more impressed. And what I found from Vintage Style by Joe is that this creator comes up with, like I said, not just non-traditional ideas. So I see different things on this channel than I see on most or any other channel in the Tuber Chat family doing the same type of content. But this creator comes up with interesting ideas and uses scraps that otherwise might have been discarded. And I think that's an extra special idea here. So they're working on 2,500 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. They're monetized, of course, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're working on shorts that have gotten now into 2,400 and 2,600 views, which is great to see. And they got a bit of variety in there as well. Some live streams. I've caught them a few times, and hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these again. They seem to be on every 3 or 4 days. And we put notifications on for every single channel, of course, to give us the best chance of catching each other. So that's Vintage Style by Joe. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. So Chef Mama Bliss is coming up right now because they just dropped a super chat again. And they've done that many times before. Chef Mama Bliss, if I spell it properly, comes up right away for us.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Go with the flow farm. Good to see you in the house for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. Six Bows is back, is no stranger to Tuber Chat. She's been with us for 5 years now, if you could believe that. And then Neon the Night's KO, Ghostly Winds, always has the most creative things to say, especially about the Wheel of Doom here. And then what we're looking at is Chef Mama Bliss. Now, interestingly, this creator not only has a catering company, but they also teach. You read about that. They've just got simple information on their About section to let us know that they share their talents with others as well. So, Red Velvet Cream Cheese Pound Cake. My dear goodness. I'm going to put this into my ketchup list and make sure that I use that video to get caught up with. I can't believe I'm that far behind. I see they got another shorter one here. But you dig through the content here and you're going to find purely delicious looking content on Chef Mama Bliss's channel, of course, and then shorts fall mostly in line, a little bit of variety as well, but you get an idea of some of the elaborate things that they're making. And then live streams. They've done one before in Atlanta. We'll see if they're going to do any more. We've got notification bells on for every 6 channel, and Chef Mama Bliss only posts occasionally, but they're now working on 600 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer towards that milestone as well. And then Braylon Lee, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm just going to get their channel onto the wheel. Thank you again, Chef Mama Bliss, for another super chat. They've done that kind of thing countless times before, and like I said, they're one of our longest standing members. Literally, it's like 4 years of membership, and they've been with us pretty much from the beginning, because Tuber Chat's been here just barely over 5 years now. We'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen right now. This is a creator that wants to focus on connection between other creators as an idea. They bring us a lot of spiritual inspiration as well. I'm just going to grab one of their latest video because they've been posting frequently. So that's a brand new video they literally put up just this evening. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's evening for us here. When we look at Blessed to Crochet, you will get an idea of what to expect from the About section here. They got a brand new channel, and I'm going to show that to you as well. Shorts over here feature, some of them feature the creator, a little bit of variety, getting into 10,000 views on a couple of them, which is great to see, and then live streams as well. So they do a few different things here, and they give us a chance to get to know them, but they've got a second channel that's more focused on live streaming. And I hope I'm getting the name right this time. Blessing Through Connection. I can't spell. Blessing Through Connection, there it is. And when we look at this channel, so they got 134 subscribers right now, and they've got a few shorts videos here which look like shout outs for other creators, and then live streams where they are giving everybody an opportunity to connect with each other in a similar way to what we're doing here in Tuber Chat. So hopefully everybody will connect with Blessing Through Connection. We'd love to push them towards the 200 subscribers we know they're thinking about. They got some information on the About section there, and that's Blessed to Crochet that's got that channel that I'm talking about. And forgive me, I said I was going to put a name on the wheel from our chat list, and I hadn't done that yet. So I'm going to do 2 of those right now. We'll get New Horizons Above and Beyond onto the wheel, and then I'm going to get High Country Homestead. I know that that is Susan from Australia, and I believe it's a new second channel, so forgive me if I'm wrong about that, if I didn't understand right. Tim Mitchell right now is gifting a handful of memberships again, and he's done that kind of thing countless times before. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And Tim Mitchell is going to come up right now because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Now, his link was likely already dropped if I look at Streamlabs, yes, but I'm going to drop it again right now. This channel can be tricky in the search results because it's such a popular name. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know Tina Bailey is still here. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz, yes, we'll be thinking of you for sure, but I'm sure you're going to do fine. He's always got interesting news. He's been a friend of mine for pretty much 6 years now. And then, my dear goodness, Tim Mitchell is up on the screen right now. This creator has got a few videos. Pardon me while I'm like the wires are crossing. I got two different thoughts going on at the same time. I'm going to some of these messages I'm going to start removing. Again, you know, when we talk about the idea of connecting with people, and forgive me, I'll get back to Tim Mitchell in a second. The idea here in the Tuber Chat streams is to make friends with other creators, right? It may not seem as obvious because we talk about subscribers and views and things like that, but that's really the thing, is to connect with other people, make friends with them. Once they've connected with your channel, literally subscribe, put the notification bell on, they're, you know, going to get your community posts in their feeds and stuff like that. They will know when you have live streams and premieres and everything else coming up. But nobody, not one person today is watching this live stream, taking notes, worrying about what day and time somebody else might have a live stream or a premiere where they can go and connect with other people and worry about whose guest is there. Everybody's going to forget. I just don't believe anybody's doing that right now. So, and I could be wrong, of course. I've been corrected a million times. But the idea is to connect with people here, care much more about their channels, their live streams, their premieres. When you're out supporting them, you will find that most creators will say, oh, if anybody has anything else coming up, let us know. Or they'll ask specifically, oh, what are you doing this week? When is your next live stream? And things like that. And that's how those connections work. But never in the history of the last 5 years has anybody gone into somebody else's premiere live stream because they heard about it in a Tuber Chat live stream, but they're not already connected to the channel. That has never happened. I would bet money on that. Tim Mitchell is up on the screen right now. Obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Like I said, they just gifted a handful of memberships, and I certainly do appreciate that extra generous support. This creator's bringing a few of their own videos, but they actually produce 2 other channels that I know of, and I'll show you 2 of those in another moment. They're working on 300 subscribers right now, and we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They got some shorts here and a little bit of variety, but all outdoor content. These have gotten into 1,100 views, 1,500 views on one of them, 1,400, 1,800 on another one, and these are all still moving. The reason why we know that is because when you put the popular tab on while you're looking at especially shorts videos, we see that they move much more rapidly than most live streams or videos, and they are out of order for several days while the analytics are kind of trying to figure the numbers out while they're still getting views and everything. So we'll see that these are going to shuffle around, and that's a cool thing to know, because we know that there's so much movement in the shorts videos, if that makes sense. So Tim Mitchell usually takes us out on the road for live streams. Pardon me, I've caught them a couple of times, but it's been a little while. I'm hoping I can catch these again. I have a feeling that they're on these live streams while I'm out working, but I could be mistaken. And then Tim Mitchell as well, like I said, has another couple of channels. Now this one that I'm going to show you is going to be featured next week. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And I feature a different channel at the beginning of every live stream, just meaning it's the first channel we look at and talk about while I do the introductions for each episode here and each live stream. And Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is one of the 2 channels one of the two channels from Chef CV that Tim Mitchell produces. And this creator, Chef CV, is going to bring us into the kitchen. So they're going to teach us how to make some really elaborate dishes, as a matter of fact. Again, non-traditional content, if I dare say so, when it comes to the things that they're preparing in the kitchen. But they also help us navigate the kitchen. So they've got interesting appliances and cookware to help us understand, and a glorious Wheel of Misfortune, which I actually saw in a live stream on this channel the other day for the very first time. And they've had it for a while, but I managed to catch this. And there it is right there. You can see the glorious Wheel of Misfortune. And hopefully Knight's Kale likes to see that. Ghostly Winds. So I'm glad that I was able to catch them live for what I think was, it wasn't the first time, but it's just been a long time. And then we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. And then shorts on this channel are mostly in line with the long form content. Chef CV is going to bring us delicious looking dishes and meals here. And then I see a brand new shorts video, I think, that's gotten into 1,300 views. This is what I'm talking about, because they had a couple here that were close to 600. One of them moved, so we got a dangerous number. Hopefully somebody will watch this shorts video just to get it off that number right now. But then they've got one at 1,300, which is great to see. And it's always exciting to see people coming up with more views on a newer video than they had in the last one, crossing milestones, raising the bar, if we want to call it that. And then this creator has a third channel, or a second channel, and Tim Mitchell produces it as a third channel. The unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel. And we will have a look at what they've got going on here. This is complimentary content, again from Chef CV right there, but they might take us for some outdoor adventures, occasionally bring us back into the kitchen. When we look at shorts over here, we see one of them's got 1,000 views, which is great to see, and pure variety there, along with live streams. Now hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I think this one was past my bedtime. That's what I was talking about yesterday. I think I was so, for no reason, I was so exhausted, and I crashed early yesterday. I got good sleep last night, I think, but that was yeah, I couldn't make it. my bedtime's earlier than ever before, but I am proud to say I'm part of the 5 a.m. club. I didn't know what to expect when I thought that was going to happen, and forgive my my nonsense talk here, but I'm so happy because I think when I took my new gig, I have a new full-time gig. I've been there for almost 2 months, so it's not quite new anymore, but I have never been part of the 5 a.m. club. So I was so terrified of not getting up in the morning that, you know, I probably jumped for the alarm. But now, for the last almost 2 months, I'm up every day before 5. Today I was up at 4:45 because the internal clock is already working. So I'm happy. We know that it takes 21 times, they say, for things to become a habit. But I managed to get it done. So I'm so grateful for that. And thank you again, Tim Mitchell. Like I said, he gifted a handful of memberships. He's done that many times before. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support, and I was happy to get my first look at the Wheel of Misfortune while I was in there the other day, and then hopefully I'll catch you for another one of those soon. And then it does, actually. I am Betty J. Gathers. Oh, create and relate. Pardon me. You must have dropped a super chat, and I think I missed that one completely. But thank you for that. And Scratch and Pete PA luckily caught that. We'll look at create and relate next. We're supposed to put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, if I don't make a mistake, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel soon. Oh, Mel Runs Things. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I always appreciate any moment everybody can spend. And even if you're just coming by to say hello, I know not everybody can be here, certainly not every day, certainly not for 3 hours, and we got friends that peek in occasionally. We're grateful to have friends over 5 years now, some for me personally over 6 here on YouTube that still come through occasionally as well. And then yeah, So here's an opportunity for me to say as well. I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators, because I promise you they all care deeply about the YouTube journey and all of us. Truly, I believe their generosity and their true caring for other people is what draws me to them. I would like to think that. And but if you connect with any of them, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members. You'll be encouraged to meet more friends and family members for your channel the same way we do here. AceFlaw1, there's a friend who's been with me for 6 years now. And Go With The Flow Farm, thank you very much. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Fever Dream Animation is here. And then Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol. Let's have a look at what they've got going on in their videos. They got a brand new one here. So Senior Stock Box looks like a subscription service, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll have to learn about that. They've got some food bank hauls here as well by the look of it. And then it looks like they got some cooking videos for us to see. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know. Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol has got shorts on the channel as well, getting into 1,000 views, 1,200 on another one, which is great to see. And then live streams over here as well. I haven't caught you for a live stream, but hopefully I will. They just did one in Milwaukee. And it's interesting to know that. I've been lucky to have been through there once. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I've been there more than once. And then Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol, 518 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 600 we know that they're thinking about. And then Create and Relate is going to be the next channel that we look at.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Hannah Rebecca, moderators are usually, their names are colored blue in most chats, should be all chats, even if a moderator is a member, like Makeup Mom and Son or I Am Betty J Gathers, their name will be blue, I believe, everywhere. And they'll also have a wrench beside their name. The wrench is almost universal on different platforms, including Twitch and other places, where that means that they have the power to help moderate either settings or the community, let's just say. Go With The Flow Farm. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We are going to put your channel up on the screen, but I know you said you have to go. That's no problem. And I really do appreciate the extra generous support. I'm going to take a break first for a few minutes here, so it's going to be another 7 or 8 minutes before we get to the channel. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel, and I will reorganize the wheel while we're there. Create and Relate is up on the screen, and thank you for a super chat as well. They've done that many times before also. Create and Relate has a lot of different creativity on their channel. They actually describe it by saying they love creating videos that are varied around creativity, from arts and crafts, do-it-yourself videos, and everything in between. What I have noticed on this channel personally is a lot of product reviews as well. They've got a Cricut machine so they can make some merchandise. They've got other stuff that can contribute to that. And they've got a lot of product reviews for things we might consider in our YouTube journey for filming. There's a camera literally right there. And then they've got a lot of lighting over here. They've got other gadgets, hard drives, SD card holders, and things like that. I see they've got a brand new video, so I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. It's quite lengthy, but they've got plenty of videos that are perfect to connect with. And sometimes we see product reviews, but sometimes we see creativity as well. When we get into shorts on this channel, we also get an idea that they've got 1,000 views on one of these, 1,400 on another. And they've got a lot of what would you rather here, different kind of game for shorts videos, and then live streams as well. So they've been live streaming pretty frequently lately. Looks like up to a month ago they were doing a handful all at the same time. We'll see if they're going to keep these going. I managed to catch a couple where they were showcasing some diamond painting. We got a lot of friends that do some diamond painting on their channels, or some people who have diamond painting channels exclusively, if that makes sense. So create and relate, thank you again for another super chat. Like I said, they've done that many times before. I really do appreciate the extra generous support, and we're going to look at Go with the Flow Farm next for the same reason. But right before we do that, we're going to take another break. I'm not sure if I actually said hello out loud to Edna's World. I hope I did. I don't know if she's still listening. She tends to come in briefly, but she does come in frequently. She's another creator who has been a part of our interview series. And then Create and Relate has another shorts video that hasn't made it to the #1 spot. Here's one with 1,000. Here's one with 1,200. They become out of order when they're still getting views, I find. Not that that's set in stone, not that I'm even saying I'm right, but that's what it seems to be. So I see one of the shorts videos here, like I said, 1,200 here, a Peppa Pig short, and then another one with 1,000 here. I hope I haven't missed any. Yeah, and then the 1,400 for this one, unless there's something that we're missing. Like, unless there's one that's not showing up at all. And you know what that might be? Is based on music, some videos are blocked in other territories. So that's something we may not consider, because I'm in Canada. So what I see is only, it's different than our American friends or our friends in the UK or from Australia or other countries. So that's something to think about, because we forget. I've had people tell me, like, Kevin, you put a video out and I can't see it. Like, oh yeah, because it's blocked, because it's got copyright music in it. King Morgan, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Super Rainbow Queen might have been here earlier. Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming and Live Stream. Kid Wonder has been with me from the beginning, 6 years. Backyard Trucker is back in the house. It's good to have you here, Andy. I'm glad I caught you live the other day, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody. So let's go on this break that I was talking about there. And oh, this is interesting. Go with the Flow Farm. The reason why I say it's interesting when you say you have a different epilepsy is some complete, some you don't. So my girlfriend Kristen Welton, she wasn't here in the chat today, but she is often, and you'll find her easily by connecting like to me or the page or anything like that. Kristen Welton is her name, but she runs an agency in Southern Ontario called Epilepsy Niagara. So she's well versed in everything epilepsy, and does a lot of fundraising and things like that. So we're going to look at that channel next. Again, Go with the Flow Farm dropped a super chat, and I'm going to get Kid Wonder and Rosie onto the wheel. And what we'll do, let's go quickly, and we'll come back in 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'll play another clip from our interview series. This one's actually from a upcoming episode. I'm going to get it edited as quickly as I can. I'm still working on it. It was a lot more work than I thought it was, just due to the internet connection while I was recording it. I'll try to get it up in a few weeks. Backyard Truckers dropping a super chat as well, so we're going to look at them right after Go with the Flow Farm when we get right back.
Okay, what I want to do is inform first and foremost. Anytime you make any type of video, you want to inform. You want to tell people a story. You want to show people a story. And when you show and you tell that story, you want to tell how that story affected you. And you want to tell your results.
Okay.
Because seeing is believing. And people want to see what I'm talking about, see what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to do. And basically, I'm going to make it into a mini series on all of the products I have tried and how they have affected me. So
wonderful.
Yeah, that's going to be something else to look forward to, especially knowing that you're starting something new now with the experience that you've got. So this is a perfect opportunity for me then to bring you back to the beginning and say, what kind of change have you seen in yourself, in your channel, in your community and audience based on all the things you've done up to now?
When I first started, I was such a green thumb. I didn't know what I was doing. I was all over the place. I promise you, just making videos, rambling, and I look back at one of my first videos and was like, what in the world? You know, it was all kinds of bloopers and everything. And I wanted to be such a perfectionist at the beginning. But as I have walked on this journey, I realized people don't want perfectionists. People want real.
Yes.
So when I make a mistake in a video, I cannot leave it in there. I'll be like, oh, well, I didn't mean to do that, but y'all already know I got an old lady brain. Now, a lot of people who follow me realize that. They was like, Sylvia forgetting a heartbeat. Not Will, because I'm so busy. And so y'all already know I got an old lady brain, so we're going to keep that right in there because what you see is what you get when you visit me. So I've learned that's how I changed. I learned how to just roll with the flow, be genuine, be real, be factual.
Yes.
And I'm not afraid to try new things. I try new stuff all the time. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes it's a rock and roll. I did a short about 3 months ago. I think it's at 60,000 views right now.
Oh, goodness.
And I tried another one, that same genre, and it didn't work. That's all right. I'm gonna stay with it because I think that it's a niche for me, but I just gotta work a little harder at it.
Right.
So don't be afraid to work hard. And if you get one no, people, remember, the next one will be a yes.
There you go. Yes. All right, we're just about back and we're looking at a brand new channel. Go With The Flow Farm was here for a little while. They might still be listening. They dropped a super chat earlier, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Rainy Ridge, good to see you in the house. When we look at Go With The Flow Farm, this is a brand new channel in the Tuber Chat family. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos here, and I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then next up is another longtime friend, Andy from Backyard Trucker, we're going to look at.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
LGGG Love is still in the house. I cleaned up the wheel a little bit, so if any of our members or moderators are still listening and haven't been seen, just be active in the chat, please. And then I did add Hannah Rebecca onto the wheel. I will add another name soon. And then Backyard Trucker, Andy. This is a self-employed small business owner, a truck driver. He does some of his own repairs as well. I'm just going to grab one of his latest videos here and put this in my catch-up list. This is a creator who often takes us on the road, but obviously shows us all 4 seasons in their content as well. Shorts over here have gotten into 12,000, 14,000, 15,000 views. We see that dash cam footage can do well for a lot of different creators. It's something that's always come up for me. Braylon Lee, no, I hadn't put you on the screen yet, but thank you for mentioning that, so I'll get your channel back onto the wheel. I often remove names after I haven't seen somebody for like 20 minutes or a half an hour, but I'll always put members and moderators back onto the wheel when I see them in the chat. So Backyard Trucker as well has got live streams. They're live frequently. I just caught them yesterday, and they're usually on the road bringing us about their travels. You can see that their vertical live streams are really serving them well. They've been doing these for months and months and months and months and months. And now some of the views on these are just out of control, right? Because the vertical live streams show up in the shorts feed, so it often brings in a different handful of viewers, let's just say. And Backyard Trucker's been at this for a very long time. So hopefully everybody will connect with Backyard Trucker, and it's good to see you back in the chat again. They're working on 5,500 subscribers and obviously monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Thank you again, Go With The Flow Farm and Backyard Trucker, for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Now we're back to spinning the wheel. We're going to look at a member and moderator, Just Jason Keto.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
When we look at what Just Jason Keto's got going on his channel, we were talking about keto a couple of times today already, and these creators want to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, especially when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Now, in Jason's case, he's got tons of recipes on his channel. He's probably done 100 chaffle recipes. He's got another one coming up tomorrow, as a matter of fact, so we'll be looking forward to that. He's going to drop a premiere. And Just Jason Keto experiments with different days, different times. He's looking at the analytics. He's working on different thumbnails. He tries to use the YouTube features and then shares information with us here in the chat when it comes to YouTube. Now, when we get to his channel, it's not just recipes. He does product reviews. Those together can help us with the understand the ingredients and how they're going to affect us. He's got tons of recipes on the channel, as well as the chaffle recipes that he's known for. Other product reviews like a, what do you call these? Freeze-dry vacuum sealer system, and then the chaffle makers, barbecue. He does things like that all the time. Once in a while, he'll do something different. Like if he's traveling, he'll take us on a trip with him or of some travel-based content, and then he might unbox a GoPro and things like that. He's willing to head out hundreds of miles away to get informative content from places like Keto Palooza. And we see that healthy looking grilling shorts have done Jason very well, getting into 4, 5, and 6,000 views. One of them at 22,000. And I've seen that one. I promise you it's entertaining. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Jason's on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. Now, whether it's videos or live streams, it could be Jason himself, or it could be him with at least one guest, sometimes a StreamYard panel full of different guests as well. Either way, he's got a vibrant community that helps with questions and comments when we're in the chat. And Just Jason Keto sets his live streams and premieres in advance, so we know that I think, are you going to skip this week? Is that why premieres coming tomorrow, I think? And then next week he'll be on Thursday, but he posts in advance so we get an idea of what's happening here. And Just Jason Keto, like I said, could have a guest, he could have a StreamYard panel, or he could be on his own, or he could be doing a cook-along live stream. Sometimes he likes to mix things up as well, so he breaks out the Instant Pot and an extra camera and everything else. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto. He is another beloved and dedicated member and moderator, somebody I've met up with in real life, as a matter of fact, a few times now. And he's working on 6,000 subscribers, and he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then what did you say about, is this the, which was the video you were talking about that was getting to the most popular, or was it something else? What did I not understand? He mentioned something in the chat about a popular video. He's got one here, my dear goodness, 42,000 views. He had one explode a while back. I think it was the, which one was it? Yeah, garlic butter chaffles. Those got 24,000. The barbecue's done really, really well. So he goes back to that, right? This is what we can learn about our channels. If you have a video that does really well, you can try to follow that theme. So he did a barbecue review, and he could do another barbecue review every year if he wants to, or more than one, and say, like, you know, is it still worth it in 2026 and things like that. Oh, so forgive me if you already said that before. Just Jason Keto will be live every other week in the summer, but he always posts in advance, so we'll be able to see that. High Country Homestead, I've got you back on the wheel. Thank you, Chef Mama Bliss, and Gloria's Platter still in the house. And then, oh, this week's made it to number one of 10 after 4 days. Okay, so what Jason is talking about is the analytics. If you are, especially on a computer, because there's more stuff for you to see in a browser than there is on the phone, but if you read your analytics, you'll be able to go on the analytics tab, if that makes any sense, and in YouTube Studio. And what it will do is it will show you your top 10 performing videos over the last 28 days. That changes because some videos get more popular at different times. Your new stuff is going to get more views than your older stuff in most cases. But it's interesting to watch because different videos climb up and down that list. And it might give you a hint about evergreen content or things that are going to do well for you either yearly or season after season, let's just say. So that's a cool idea. And then thank you, Gloria's Platter. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Annabelle TV is up on the screen right now. This is another longtime friend. She's been with us for at least a couple of years. Annabelle TV is working on 1,400 subscribers. The conversation can go anywhere once they get started here, but they've brought us a handful of, I would like to say, taste test reviews. But you can see they've got a few different things here. Now they're calling these ASMR. It's almost like a mukbang where they're maybe not talking. And then this is a different kind of video, I think. Maybe a story to be told here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list, and then you get an idea from the About section about the different things they're going to bring us, indoor and outdoor content. Annabelle TV's got shorts over here as well, getting into 1,100 and 2,500 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. And we see that they, up to even a couple of days ago, they did another live stream. So they've done plenty in the past with StreamYard panels. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one if you're going to keep them going. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel to give ourselves the best chance of catching each other as often as possible, if that makes sense. And then Sour Cat Lady, aka Diana, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. We'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now. And this creator is known as a shining jewel in the Superchat family. I think everybody understands very clearly that these live streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for the help of our moderators. I promise you, each one of them, I've gotten to know them over the years. We all have friendships together, and they all care very deeply about the YouTube journey, those of us in the Superchat family and their own communities, and I think just other people in general. Now, Scratch and PPA puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching in his videos. I was surprised the X words wasn't the, spoiler alert by the way, I was surprised the X words wasn't the ticket this week, because I thought just with the X alone, not, you know, we're not going to associate it with Twitter and Elon Musk and all that, but just because of the look of the ticket, I thought it was going to do it. But 7 times multiplier got it. So when we look at Scratch and PPA, there's actually a surprise in this video. Forgive me, because I didn't notice if you did that last week. But today, I wasn't able to be in the premiere the way I usually am in the chat. So I was listening while I was driving, but right before I started Tuber Chat tonight, I rewatched the video, and then I noticed what happened in the middle there. So it's around the middle. So hopefully everybody will watch this and see what I'm talking about. But he pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and then offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video. Pardon me. And if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, we can vote. So it makes this series unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And then he premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. So if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Jesse Journals and Unboxes, or Hilda DC, or the Stock Explorer. And it is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And Scratch and PPA also has had presentation at the forefront of his mind ever since his very first video. His video editing skills were complimented. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in every thumbnail. He gives us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series also. And his banners updated every single week, if you could believe that. Now, he's a fellow Canadian. He shares weather with me every day, as a matter of fact, or pretty close to it. Shorts on his channel. He expanded the content here a couple of summers ago when he took a trip to Italy. and he brought us some vlogging style shorts, which I think is going to become more of a trend if it hasn't already, because YouTube gives us the chance now to make longer shorts videos. Plus, he brought us some Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen as well. And then live streams. I was lucky to have been there for his very first live stream. I know people will be hoping for more, but more so, we're excited to know that Scratch and Pete PA has expanded the content on the channel, and we know that he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And he's working on 2,500 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And another beloved and dedicated moderator here, one of our longest standing members, is Makeup Mom and Son. This is Michelle, and she's been with us pretty much from the beginning as well. When we look at what she's doing on her channel, pardon me while I look at something in the background here. When we look at Makeup Mom and Son, we see that this creator is doing a handful of different things. So she's getting into some diamond art now as well. So this is really cool because we got lots of friends doing diamond art or diamond painting. And some creators have diamond painting channels. I think the whole thing is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. If you guys know why, if anybody in the chat knows why diamond painting seems to have exploded in the last, I don't know, 6 months or a year, I'd love to know, because it's something that I'm not sure about. I don't know if it's TikTok doing it or if it's YouTube that's doing it, or if something has happened. Maybe it was featured in movies or a TV show or something like that. That kind of thing can happen. And then Living Large with El Crew, good to see you in the house as well. When we look at Makeup Mom and Son, though, she's always looking for new things to bring her audience different types of content, even when there are things that are similar. So she's done a lot of product reviews, unboxing videos, but she also does a lot of taste test challenges and does a really elaborate job when it comes to the idea of makeup. You get an idea about that, first of all, from the name of the channel, but some of the thumbnails, the banner, the shorts videos here. Look at some of these elaborate looks. She really gets into things, especially like Halloween. Some of the shorts here have done well. 37,000, 73,000, my goodness. And then live streams on the channel as well. Pardon me, let's look at some more shorts here for a second, because I just want to give you an idea of some of the interesting looks that she brings. She does really well with series of videos too, whether it's Vlogtober or Vlogmas and things like that. She's done lots of series, including interviews. And I've been honored to have been a part of interviews on her channel, but I've been on her channel a gazillion times. We have done a lot of hanging out, especially in the earlier days of Tuber Chat. I keep thinking about doing, I think always about doing a weekly stream. I think about doing a monthly stream. It never seems like enough, but I wonder about the idea of doing, let's just say, one hangout stream, right? Where I'll do it on my personal channel, and then we can have a bunch of people come up. We'll let everybody stream it out with StreamYard so everybody can get watch hours for those who need them and things like that. But we can hang out because, the reason why I say this, not just our moderators here, I'll open it up because look, there's Corinne's Life, or Corinne Pierce, and Hilda DC there. If we dig through these, we'll find Sam eventually. I know I've got a thumbnail here where I'm on there. And she's had lots of different guests, tons of different guests on the channel. Makeup Mom and Son as well has had her son on her channel a million times. There he is, Caden, in the banner. Caden Plays It is another channel that they've got here where Mom is helping Son with the channel, of course. But when we look at Caden Plays It, we're going to see more product reviews, unboxings, some video gameplay as well, including a Roblox live stream. And shorts over here have started to do well. One of them is at 2,200 views, my goodness, and then live stream. So here's what I'm talking about. And hopefully we'll see more soon from Caden Plays It, but this enthusiastic young creator is now approaching 70 subscribers, which is great. And then, Makeup Mom and Son's going to do a live stream this weekend, which is a great idea. And then New Horizon says maybe YouTube is what caused diamond painting to blow up. Yeah, diamond painting wasn't something that I remember hearing much about. It would be occasional, let's just say. But all of a sudden, a year ago, or more like 6 months ago, we just started to hear it like all the time. And then, let's spin the wheel. So it's time for us to take another break. We'll make this probably the last one for the stream, unless we do a short one. Mel Runs Things is coming up in another moment. And then Hilda DC just knocked out a message by mistake, but that's okay. Mel Runs Things will be the next channel that we look at. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes. And again, right before we do, I'm going to play another clip from the latest episode of our interview series. And again, these conversations go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. They're very informative. A lot of advice from these friends of ours. They've all long passed 10,000 subscribers. When we talk about your channel and what you bring on YouTube, you're very forthcoming, you and Sarah both, about the idea that you want to share your life with everybody, which you do. Now, from what we've known each other quite some time now, I think it's getting on a couple of years. Forgive me if it's not longer than that, Rob. But what I see is authenticity in your true willingness to share. My imagination tells me that the magic on your channel is that people who are thinking the way that you do find your content and it just clicks with them because they're like, yes, exactly. And that introduction video that you've got featured on the front page today is a perfect example. But I really want to know what you think, because I can have my impression looking through a screen at your content, but where do you think the magic comes in your channel?
We try to keep it as simple as possible. If you see some of our earlier videos, we had an intro, and we noticed we call it a hockey stick effect.
Okay.
Where the videos go like this and they flatline.
Yeah.
So we actually did away with any intros. I might talk for a couple seconds, but then it goes right into the video. And I think that's part of what's been helping, because I started right around the time that the channel really took off. And it seems to help a lot. Trying to add fluff, I don't want to do that. I want to see what's going on. Occasionally I might throw in a nice photo or a quick clip, but I don't focus. I want people to see exactly how we're doing it, how we're living, what we're doing it, and how we're doing it. Because if I add fluff, it's, to me, it's kind of taking it away.
Yes.
To see, the authenticity of what we're doing here, and not try to either over dramatize it or over simplify it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing simple about being out here.
It doesn't seem like it, no.
And to dramatize it is just silly.
Yeah.
Because it's not real drama. I don't want nothing to do with it. I want it to be real. I want it to be how Sarah and I are. And how you see us interact in our videos is how we interact together and off camera.
It seems that way. It really does. I think you both have we use the word charisma. It's not quite the right word, but you know what I mean. And I think people can get your authenticity. When you talk about the idea of intros, that's a great tip. I know a lot of our friends won't like to hear it, but when you take the intros out of your videos or cut them very, very short, the videos might do better. I've had the same success myself. Everything doubled, tripled, and quadrupled the second I took them off.
Thank you, Scratch and PPA. I got into quite a speech there, too. So, you know what I've been thinking about lately, ever since I took this new full-time job that I go on about for no reason? I've been thinking about something way too much lately. I started taking food with me. I'd like to say making lunches, but I just eat whenever. So, Kristen got me a new cooler bag and a thermos and a water bottle and all kinds of stuff for work for Father's Day, right as I started this job. So I take the cooler bag every day and I literally make a sandwich every day, just a simple one, no lettuce, tomato, nothing like that, just something I can wolf down in the car, let's say. And I do that every day, but I put mustard on it every single day. It doesn't matter if it's ham, if it's turkey, if it's chicken, if it's some mix of different things. I pretty much eat the same things all the time. And when I was a child, I very much disliked mustard. I almost used that word. I very much disliked it and would never eat it. Now I eat it on like everything all the time. So if it's hamburgers, if it's hot dogs, or anything else. So I don't know what it was that made that change. But thank you, everybody. I forgot to push the button to have the microphone working. And then any of our members or moderators, if you haven't been seen, just please say anything at all in the chat and I'll get you back onto the wheel if I removed you. And thank you again, Pete, for that. So, ketchup, yes. I don't know if catsup is even actually a thing or if that was a joke. I saw something about that not too long ago on a Facebook post or some meme or something like that. And then High Country Homestead is still here. Forgive me, I'm going to put your channel back on the wheel. Not sure if Braylon Lee is here. I can't remember what else I removed. Tomato sauce and mustard. I don't know where those would go together. You'll have to let us know. But thank you, everybody, for playing along. You can tell it's been like 2.5 hours because now I'm just doing polls for nonsense. And then, yeah, since the stream started, High Country Homestead. That's Susan from Australia. What I've started doing, actually, it's been a while since she's been here, I think. What I started doing is during the breaks, I often, not always, take names off of the wheel, even if they're members or moderators, if I haven't seen them in like 20 minutes or an hour, or a half an hour or whatever. And then I'll always put members and moderators back on the wheel, or anybody that was on. So like High Country Homestead is on there now. I've still got Hannah Rebecca there and a couple of our moderators. And then Handicap Traveler, no, I know you're here. Every time Handicap Traveler's here, similar to Butler Family Farm, like they're always here for the whole stream. And then, yes, Michael's Adventures was here hours early. We were going to do this yesterday, and I had to move. The internet was not cooperating yesterday. And then I've posted the next few streams. So Mel Runs Things is up on the screen right now. Lifestyle, family, cooking, fitness, and running. This creator's living her best life over 50. This creator's got 1,800 subscribers now, which is great to see. They post frequently, including live streams. I think they're live right now, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so they've got a lo-fi stream going on right now. We've probably all seen those. People hang out in the chat and trickle in and out and connect in a similar way to what we do here. And then, yeah, so let me have a look at something here. Pardon me, Mel Runs Things. I just want to show you something. So, Live and Large with L Crew. Yes, I've got you on the wheel. And then, so Hannah Rebecca, if I pull up a window that's got the chat, this is how I read the chat in the background, even though I miss like all kinds that goes on. If I can get this thing to work the way that I want. This window is what I'm talking about here. It wants to snap automatically. I'm having a hard time. So this window, you can see, has the, it would have the stream. I always pause, of course, because I don't want to run it while we're live streaming just to eat up the internet. So what I do is I look at the chat here, and I can scroll back. You can only go back like 15 minutes or something when it's busy. But if you click on this 3 dots here and go to the participant list, this changes all the time based on who's there. Like people come in and out, and if somebody hasn't chatted in like 1 minute, it disappears off the list. But then I can go, and this is what I do. So I look at this, and I sort the names on the wheel. It has a little sort button here so I can put them in alphabetical order, and then I match it up and take out any names I don't see. But then I say if anybody's still here, you know, or whatever, or if I happen to notice them, I put them back on the wheel. This is why sometimes names are missing, because I make mistakes all the time, I promise you. But I'll always try to put them on if I can. And then Mel runs things, pardon me. So diamond kit reveal. So we're talking about more diamond painting, and this is what I was mentioning earlier. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it is YouTube that made it popular. It just seems that it's gotten more popular than almost everything else that we talk about here. And sometimes you hear that with like music, right? For anybody that knows the song from Journey, what on earth is the name of the song? I can't remember the name. It's the most popular one. Pete knows because all the DJs in Toronto play it every day. But it became popular because I believe it was the last song in the TV show The Sopranos. Then another song by Kate Bush, which is that... oh, now I can't remember the name of that song either. You guys will remember. Running Up That Hill became popular because it was played during an emotional moment in the TV show Stranger Things, I believe, season 3, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't watch it, but I happen to know that. So these ideas can make things popular, not to mention TikTok and everything else. So I don't know what did it for diamond painting. I'm just curious. But yeah, it does look relaxing. That's what Annabelle TV was saying earlier. Something I think anybody can enjoy, actually. And then Mel Runs Things has got shorts on the channel as well. So they're doing all variety here, but more diamond painting there, and then live streams as well. So like I said, they got a lo-fi going on right now. This is people can trickle in and out of there, I'm sure, connect and everything else. And then Mel Runs Things has been a long time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then, oh, Ketchup Chips. Yeah, Hilda DC had that. Don't Stop Believing. Thank you, Paralife TV. Shane from New Brunswick. How could I not remember that? I play that song every day, too. I actually learned to love it now. I don't know if I even knew it. I mean, I was a DJ my whole life, but I don't, my whole adult life, but I don't remember ever caring about that song or playing it until The Sopranos, I think, is what made it popular. And then now everybody plays it every day. I love playing it. It makes everybody go crazy. Doesn't even matter what kind of music you're playing in the night. It could be like a nightclub night. It could be a bar. It could be a birthday party or a wedding. Song goes everywhere now. And then when we look at Living Large with L Crew, we see another vlogger in the truest sense of the word.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Not sure if Andy from Ace Flaw 1 is still watching or listening. He might have just hit 6,000 subscribers, which is great to know. He's been a friend of 6 years, actually. Living Large with L Crew is probably the best shuffle dancer in the Tuber Chat community. Best I've seen. This creator does absolute true vlogging, which means she just gives us a look into her life. She could be going anywhere. She could be indoors a part of the time, mostly outdoors. She could be taking us to concerts, dance parties, theme parks, any kind of touristy ideas, and seems to be moving around a lot, if I understand right. I'm just going to grab the latest video. And so Electric Forest, I'm not sure if I've heard of it before. I probably have if it's a music festival, right? And this creator, so she did another video of this the other day, or last week, but this review makes me think it's probably a huge, like Bonnaroo and Coachella and things like that. Living Large with L Crew as well has got shorts on the channel, and these have gotten into 10, 11, and 12,000 views. One at 25,000. My goodness. And there you go, Tomorrowland. Yes, I don't know if Tomorrowland's the biggest one or not in the world. If you look that up, the pictures are out of control. Live and Large with L Crew as well. Live streams on the channel. So I caught them before. Did I catch you? Or is that from running the playlist? I think that's from running playlists. Oh, Mountain Cabin Tour. That looks really cool. That's it's not an A-frame, it's just a cabin, but still. When we look at live streams, so they did one the other day. I wish I would catch you for one of these. And what I want to tell everybody again is, especially for special events like milestones, anniversaries, birthdays, monetization celebrations, anybody can reach out anytime. I know you can't sit there and message every single person you want to come into your live streams, but anybody can reach out anytime, and I will always try to be there if I can. So I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Even if I'm not on, I check like Instagram a million times a day, Facebook inadvertently a million times a day. They were really smart with their notifications because it makes me keep checking just because I want to turn the red dot off. And then Twitter I look at once in a blue moon. And then Hilda DC is up on the screen. This is a beloved and dedicated moderator, one of our longest. She's been with us for 5 years.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Mel Runs Things. Are you going to keep that live stream going for a while? We'll give the raid to Mel Runs Things. I usually do the raids in advance, but I haven't been pushing that really hard lately. Yeah, Hannah Rebecca, I promise you, I know it's easy for somebody like me just to talk the way I do and say, don't worry, there's always going to be people, and but it absolutely is true. I know what it's like, I promise you, to do a premiere or a live stream and have 0 people show up, or 1, right? But some of the time, there are people who enjoy being in live streams or premieres when there's only 2 or 3 people more than they like being in a busy crowd. There are some people who will only watch if you got 1,500 people watching, and there are some people who don't like it, you know what I mean? But everybody starts at 0. What also I can offer, and this goes for everybody, but if anybody wants to do a live stream and you want to do like your very first live stream, first of all, we always recommend now going on with somebody else, because everybody can do the StreamYard panel thing where you can put it on your channel or not if you want to, but you can go on somebody else's panel and get used to it. Or anybody, especially if you've been here for a long time, if you're a long-time friend like Hannah Rebecca, you can ask, and what it will do is we'll plan so that your live stream will go after Superchat and we can raid in there. Or you can at least let me know it's coming and we can promote it and things like that. And then Mel Runs Things. So I dropped a link there for their live stream. I'm going to pin it, and then anybody can go over there anytime because it's already running, and we'll be able to meet more friends over there. Mel Runs Things has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. And Hilda DC is up on the screen right now. This is a friend of 5 years. Like I said, all of our moderators are dear friends of each other. We all have friendships among ourselves. Hilda DC is known, though, as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. And I've been on for 8 years now. Superchat's been here for 5 of those years. Hilda DC has positive affirmations that flow throughout her content, both from the creator herself, special effects on the screen. She literally even gets Nightbot on the case. And Hilda DC does a lot of different types of content on her channel. So she's been known for a lot of cooking videos, a lot of taste test challenges pardon me, a lot of mukbang style videos as well. And then once in a while, she'll give us a look around a different area, like this latest video she put out. Hilda DC has been known for a ton of live streams as well. And these are what I was talking about earlier when I was mentioning Makeup Mom and Son's channel, where there's been a lot of hangouts. There's a bunch of them together. So there's Hilda DC, Makeup Mom and Son, Corinne Pierce, and I've been on with them many times. Sam's Vlogs Trains and More. Moz6510 Models has been on with a lot of people, and I'm thinking about doing one of those because it's not because I miss those days and, you know, we got to get back to the good old days. It's not that. We're in the good old days right now. 5 years from today, we're going to be talking about today, I promise you. But it would be nice to rekindle some of that idea and bring in some new friends, since we have so many more now, all of us, right? So Hilda DC as well is monetized and working on 2,700 subscribers. Plus, they have got live streams, and they're another creator, like I mentioned earlier about, I believe I mentioned about Makeup Mom and Son, I mentioned about Jesse Journals and Unboxes. They can go live whenever they want, and Canadian Family Life, and they will have a flood of support because of how much support they give to other people. So Hilda DC might be bringing us a cooking video or another food review or a StreamYard panel or shorts as well. And this creator's done really well with some of these, where they've gotten into 6,200 views on one and 47,000 on another. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hilda DC. We'd love to push her towards the 2,700 subscribers we know she's thinking about. And then these are just ideas. You know, it's easy to talk positively and things like that, and I know I like sometimes go overboard with that stuff, but it's very much true. You know, and a lot of us who remember what it's like to have started at zero and have things go much slower than they go today, you know, we know what it's like to wish for that support and what we would have given to have a bunch of friends who would, you know, say, hey, come with us and we'll help you. Actually, that's what inspired this channel, was literally because when I showed up and started connecting with some small YouTubers or small channels, these creators said to me, and that's Andy Ace Flaw 1, that's Jeremy D-Day, that's Brown Girl Bella, and Elevate with Vern, and there's a list that continues to go on. And these creators, before Tuber Chat even existed, I said, I'm going to do a channel that does what you guys do, and they said, we'll help you. They didn't say, don't copy us, don't do what we're doing, there's too many growth streams, go do something else. They did the opposite, and they all helped, and they're all still here today, the channels I mentioned, and there's many more. So everybody has that possibility for their channel as well, especially more so today because we've got this community. Handicapped Traveler. This is a creator who has been a long-time dear friend. They've recently had a change on the channel, but I'll leave it to you to go over there and see what has gone on recently. Handicapped Traveler is now working on 1,500 subscribers. I see they've got a brand new video, which is great to see. They're going to bring us travel-based content from a certain perspective. Handicapped Traveler as well has got shorts on the channel, and these have gotten into 2,600 views, 2,700 views. Obviously, they can bring us all 4 seasons in their outdoor content, and then live streams as well. And Handicapped Traveler has typically done streams once every month or so. The next one will obviously be different, but they've got one planned for a couple of weeks from now. So it'll be interesting to see what they're doing. The channel's been here for 3 years, and hopefully I'll catch you for that live stream as well. So Handicapped Traveler, we'd love to push towards the 1,500 subscribers. We know that they're thinking about. They got another channel as well. I almost forgot for a second to put that up. Sir Dank for Jesus. This is a channel that brings us spiritual inspiration, and you'll get the idea as soon as you get to the channel of, pardon me, exactly what they're doing here. Pardon me, my voice has had it for today. I'm just dropping a link again so everybody can go over to Mel Runs Things. They've got a live stream running right now where we can continue to connect. I know we see a few creators in there already. And then Sir Dank for Jesus is very obvious, the spiritual inspiration they're bringing when we have a look at this. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. They post fairly frequently, and they've got 109 subscribers now on the second channel, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. We'll spin the wheel. LGGG Love is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then when we look at LGGG Love, we see a channel I'm still getting to know, obviously bringing us a lot of outdoor content, a bit of variety, and it looks like some gardening. So I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I'm going to grab the longer of the two. When we're connecting with channels, we're typically looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer where possible. So there's plenty here to connect with, but I just wanted to mention that. I've got one of your latest videos in my catch-up list. I took the longer one just for the watch minutes. Every minute matters, doesn't it? And then shorts on this channel, and this features more variety. These have gotten into 1,800, 24, and 2,500 views. And then live streams. So they seem to be going live. They did a couple of live streams the last couple of days. Hopefully you'll continue those, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
One of the ideas as well, not that I want to add to the pressure of doing a first live stream, but setting something in advance, if possible, if you're able to do that, is a way to help ensure people are going to be there. So if you can plan like even a week in advance, you give like 7 days worth of people being able to see that it's been scheduled. Not everybody's going to see it, only a small fraction of your subscribers, but you get what I mean. So you can have like 2, 3, 5, 10, who knows how many people plan and say like, oh, like let's say Hannah Rebecca is going to go live on the weekend or whatever. Oh, I'm going to plan to be there because I want to see what they're going to do, right? Or whatever. And lots of people do that. So we recommend it when possible. If not, if you don't know how to do it or it's an extra step you don't want to do or whatever, that's fine. But a community post can help with that as well. You say, hey, everybody, I'm going to go live on whatever day at whatever time. And it gets in front of people a little bit so that they know. So these are just ideas. So Blez is up on the screen. There's another channel I'm still getting to know. They've got a couple of new videos. I'm going to take the longer of the two again because we always want videos that are longer than 3 minutes if we can. And let me read from their About page for a second. They're dedicated to embracing a fulfilling and content lifestyle, a mix of cozy living and everyday joy, a little bit of something for all seasons, they say. And it looks like some Dollar Tree hauls, and it looks like maybe some creativity on the channel as well. Shorts over here have gotten into 13,000, 18,000, and 133,000 on one of these. I keep forgetting about this one. And then when we look at live streams over here, we see that they were actually live yesterday or today. And then we'll see what they're going to do about continuing these. They've been doing them frequently, a couple times a week by the look of it. Hopefully I'll catch you for one. I don't think I've caught one yet, but I've got the notification bell on. Again, anybody can reach out anytime if you've got a live stream coming up to let me know. They're working on 1,900 subscribers over here.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream. pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So Hannah Rebecca brings vlogs in the truest sense of the word. She gives us a look into her life, into her home, out for adventures as well. I'm going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. I've swapped playlists with this creator, so you can see I've literally been through every single thing that they have here. When we look at what Hannah Rebecca is doing, she does a great job with the thumbnails as well. When we look at shorts on this channel, we're going to get an idea of some bite-sized pieces from some of the long-form content, but they've gotten into 1,300, 3,300, one at 36,000, which is great to see. And Hannah Rebecca will give us more information on our About section: fashion, beauty, lifestyle, fitness, and travel. And then she's been doing YouTube for, oh goodness, how long? Yeah, 8 years ago, my dear goodness. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hannah Rebecca, working on 2,100 subscribers, but I know she's willing to swap playlists too, so I hope everybody will reach out if you want to do that. Thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. I know today I got into some ridiculous speeches. It was one extra day since our last live stream, so I have to go off with a bunch of nonsense for whatever reason. So I'll try 3 days from now when we're back on Friday. More channels, less talk, and High Country Homestead is coming up. Again, hopefully everybody will connect with our moderators as well. We all know that these live streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. And then High Country Homestead is coming up right now. We're going to go over to Mel Runs Things. She's got a live stream running right now. I've dropped the link a couple of times. I'll do it again right this second. And everybody can keep connecting over there if you want to. There's music playing. We'll see what's happening over there, and I'll come over there as well. And High Country Homestead is another channel that comes to us from Susan from Australia. And it's interesting that this creator's got a second channel going here with 630 subscribers already, well over 100 videos, which is great to see. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. I think when I first saw this channel, I didn't realize it was Susan from Australia. And oh, even now I'm questioning what I'm saying here. I wonder if this is the same. Is it the same Susan from Australia that I've talked about so many times before? Or am I mistaken? I'm confusing myself now, so forgive me for that. High Country Homestead is a channel I'm still getting to know either way. When we look at what they've got going on their channel, they got shorts over here at 5,500, 5,700, 8,200 views. And then it's a different Susan in Australia. I'm sorry, High Country Homestead. I'm serious that all day today I was thinking this is, I didn't mean to do that to you. And forgive me, I'm sure you can be patient with it because obviously there's different, Susan is a very popular name. So forgive me for that. I know I'm making you type caps and everything. Yeah, hopefully you're laughing along with me. We've had a channel in the Superchat family for years, a very supportive channel called Susan A. And it is Susan from Australia. That's what her channel was called, Susan from Australia. So when you said you're Susan from Australia, I thought it was the same creator with a second channel. So forgive me, this is a different creator, different channel. And as I had it on the screen, I started to discover what I was doing there. Two Susans, one Australia. Yes. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. So High Country Homestead, I'm looking forward to getting to know what you do have going on your channel. But I see you've got lots of information on your About section, which is great to see. And like I said, well over 600 subscribers already. So I've just grabbed a second video here so that I can get another piece of content watched and get to know a little bit more. Shorts over here have gotten into, like I said, 8,200 views, which is great to see. And it's great to have you in our community. So forgive me and thank you for the patience. Yes, of course. And then let's make a quick exit. So thank you everybody again for the time that you spent. I know it's easy for me to say, forgive me for the channels that I didn't get to, but I really do, I didn't mean to talk so much today and miss so many channels. But we'll try to get back to more when Friday comes. I will try to keep it in mind so that we move a little bit faster. And thank you again to our moderators, because I didn't mean to go over time either. And hopefully everybody will come over to Mel Runs Things. I'll leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes. And I'll see you over there. And otherwise, we'll be back on Friday. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.